30 seconds.
And we got check us make sure the sound right.
Let's go. All right, shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom, America known as Babylon in the scriptures. And before we begin, we want to give all praises to the Most High and the proper names in the Hebrew tongue. Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and double honor to our elder as well, Ahawan bin Yasha'Allah. Shalom. All right. So we come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of the sinful kingdom, Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, but how is it going to fall? All right, what is it referred to? What do you see oftentimes in the Bible? It said the Lord of hosts. That word host means army. And who is his number one army that walks this earth right now? The children of Israel, the sons of God. And he has given them a certain amount of power to do his will and promote his will and praise his name, Yahweh, in the name of his dear son throughout this earth. All right, he said he won't stop until he make Israel a praise throughout the earth. So how is that going to happen? How is the destruction of America going to happen? How is Esau going to be brought to his low condition that he's supposed to be in? Because right now they're in a heavenly state. But that Lord of hosts is going to raise up the elect of Israel. All right. Hey, down on my battle axe and weapon of war. Somebody get that real quick. The Lord of hosts, which his name is Yahweh, was going to send the God of war, his son, Yahweh Shai, to destroy his place. But first, he's going to send the spirit first to destroy this place and take the mirth out of the land. And then he's going to send a swift destruction through the hand of his people, Israel. Somebody bring it out. Whoever find it first.
What?
Down at my battle, it's in Jeremiah.
I got you.
All right.
This is Jeremiah 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. That's plural. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Oh, so what is the kingdom that's running this earth right now? We're at the feet of this thing, and spoken about in the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. So Esau's ruling right now. You're witnessing Rome ruling. The rebirth of Rome is with America. And who's funding it? The European Union and NATO. All right. So now the battle axe and weapon of war is talking about the children of Israel. With thee will I destroy nations. And what nation is he talking about? The nation of Edom. Those people right there that are ruling the world, the banking elite.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So it's all been set up and designed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He gave the earth to the hand of the wicked. All right. And he covered the faces of the judges. So he put lies out here on the earth and made everybody believe that the son of the Most High looks like a so-called white man.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom.
And what does that mean, the eyes of the Lord? The angels are watching from heaven, and you got the men of the Lord out here watching as well, sighing and crying for all the abominations that's done in the midst. Go ahead.
I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
So the Lord is going to destroy this kingdom that's set up by these devils, man. He's going to destroy the red dragon and the beast, man. All right, so he's going to destroy the fascists of NATO, the European Union, and America, all in one walk. But he built up the nation of Edom, just like he built up Egypt, and he made everybody fear Egypt, just like he's making everybody fear Esau, the so-called white man in America. Yes, why? To show his praise upon the earth, and to show that he's the true power, and to prove that they're just nothing but mere men, and that we are the gods that were set up to roam this earth, giving the power from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right. All right, somebody get that that Acts 1 and 8. Huh? Acts 1 and 8.
All right, it's the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 8.
But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you.
All right, so after the Holy Spirit has come upon us, we shall, after the Holy Ghost, because you have the Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of truth, but you also have the Holy Ghost, which empowers you and gives you strength to do angelic things. So you're going to have people that look like humans, that are humans, that are going to be risen up, having spiritual powers. Peter used to heal people just by his shadow. People walk past his shadow and get healed. That's how much power the men of the Lord are going to get. All right? That was it on that? All right, yeah, keep going.
And ye shall be witnesses upon me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost parts of the earth.
So we are the witnesses that we're witnessing the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and we're also witnesses to his existence. So now you're saying the prophets out here on the highways and byways is a witness and a testimony of for what's to come. All right, Revelations 1:11-3.
This is Revelations.
Go ahead.
This is Revelations 11:3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
All right, so now we're clothed in sackcloth, meaning clothing and articles of mourning. Just like Yahushua came, he didn't come in a priestly robe. He didn't come in a priestly garment. He came in riding on a donkey, putting himself a little lower than the angels, feeling the affliction and the burden for the sins of Israel. All right, but within those people, he said he's going to give power to the meek and the lowly. All right, keep going. All the way to 5.
These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of earth.
All right, that's the northern and the southern kingdom being brought back together to prophesy against these nations. They were sent out to prophet against different nations and kingdoms.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel.
But the brotherhood was broken, and there's a separation between us, but we're being brought back. Somebody gets Sirach 33:16. That's right. All right, so Israel, I think it's 33:16. All right, or 39:16. 33:16 or 39:16.
That's the split.
That's the split with Jeroboam and Rehoboam after King David. No, after Solomon. All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the 4 corners of the earth.
All right, so now you're witnessing that enzyme is talking about Yahushua. Isaiah 34:16, real quick. And that enzyme was spread the spirit on the children of Israel that brought them back together through the spirit. Yep. All right, go ahead.
Then the envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
So the ones that are walking in the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, there'll be no more war between the northern and the southern kingdom. They're going to be brought back together through the spirit. All right, somebody get that Isaiah 34:16, Baba Kusha.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Did it say seek out of the Quran? No. Did it say seek out of the book of the dead? No. It says seek out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these prophecies shall fail. All right, keep going.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
All right, so the mouth of the Lord are his prophets that come out, and the spirit is what gathers them together. Keep going. Go ahead.
Verse.
Let him bring this piece up out real quick. That was it? All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Verse 17 of Isaiah 34. And he hath cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
All right, so that's talking about the land of Israel. And this is all of because we're the children of the promise. And that land was promised to us. And we're not in that land right now because our power was taken away from us. But our power is being restored back unto us to this day. That's why we're able to stand up with great boldness in the face of our oppressors. Somebody want to get that? Wisdom of Solomon on chapter 5, verse 1? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together,
36
and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
All right, all that took them captive. Took who captive? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that have been afflicted on this earth ever since we can remember. Those are the children of Israel. Those are the ones that are rightfully belong to the Lord. They try to teach us that Cesare Borgia, all right, a so-called white man, the son of the sixth Pope of Rome, was our Messiah. Right? Every other nation on this earth has a God that looks like them, but the children of Israel, but the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They gave us their God. But our true power, our true God looks like us. That's what empowers us. That's why they took the image away. Go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 17, verse 17. For the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion.
All right, so he set a ruler over every people. All right, so these are all the nations. There's 18 nations that's on this earth. But he chose one particular nation of people, right, to be close, to be dear to him, to be the gods that roam the earth. So now there was a split between the northern and southern kingdom. But through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they're going to be brought back together. Bring that out real quick.
Sirach, chapter 36, verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning.
As from the beginning, man. We are the foundation of the earth. But they try to tell us different. They try to label us as minorities. But there's only one nation on this earth that lacks pigmentation. Wouldn't they be the minority? All right? There's only one nation on this earth that stands out of the rest. Because the Lord said you are despised among the heathen. Go ahead.
And it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Now, all right.
Of him come we all.
So we all come from Adam through Noah. Remember the flood where he destroyed everybody but the 8? So now all the bloodlines of the nations of this earth come from Ham, Shem, and Japheth. We come from the bloodline of Shem. But they try to tell us we're Hamitic. We're not Africans. Africans don't claim us. What people do you know will let their people get taken out of their land and not go try to fight back for their people? Because they know that we're not their people. They sold us into slavery to the Europeans. We're not them, but they try to hide who the true Jews are, man. But the Lord, through his spirit, are going to gather the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans back together. Go ahead.
Of him come we all, and the people also whom the Lord, whom thou hast chosen.
Oh, so you mean the Lord believes in segregation? Did he set apart a nation of people to himself and said he don't care about the rest of the world? Scripture said he did that. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
So the world was made for our sake. But the elder read earlier, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right? To show the world who the wicked is and show the world who the righteous is. So this world was made for our sake. The scripture said when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right, but when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. Go ahead real quick. Finish on that.
One more verse. Yeah, as for the other people, which also come of Adam.
So all other 17 nations, which also come of Adam, what did the Lord say?
There you go, real quick.
Go ahead.
Zephaniah 2 and 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by the sword.
So those Africans shall be slain by the sword also, because they're not our people. And what else for the rest of these devils?
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So drop falling from a vessel. So that's how he feels about the other nations. But guess what? About this merciful power named Yahweh and his son Yahushua. He's going to show mercy to 16 of those nations, right? After 1,000 years of slavery, but there's one particular nation that he's not going to show any mercy to. The nation that he spies, the nation of Edom, which is so-called white man. Go ahead.
Come on, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him.
All right, so now the reason why they did this was because they didn't want us to stand in great boldness. But we are supposed to be afflicted for the transgressions that we transgress against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And Deuteronomy 28 explains all these curses that fell upon us. So now it said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So when you trust in the fear of the Lord, you understand there was a purpose for this. And you understand what the aftermath is going to be after that. the judgment that's going to be on these people. Go ahead.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh, for thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
Oh, so the Lord despises this devil so much that he put the spirit on this devil to persecute the children of Israel, to be the one that punishes, so he have a reason to destroy these devils, man. The Lord is the author of a perfect balance. All right, go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
All right, real quick, but if you understand that, you will understand the true judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because what does it say? What is it, Micah? I've loved y'all, but thou say, whereas I have loved us. Our people say that because they don't understand the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yeah. Khan, if you understand his judgment, you'll be thankful to go through that, because guess what? He put us through that for our correction. Go ahead.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, all children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
All right, so he's going to punish us for our iniquities. He said, thou backsliding shall correct thee, man. So the Lord is using judgment to correct those, but only the elect are going to stand in correction. Only the elect are going to stand the test of time. Only the elect are going to come out as gold is tried in the fire, going to come out purified, man.
Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, behold, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
All right, so now the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Now, if you understand that, you'll understand who these devils are. This is the chief house of Esau. These are Amalek, the fake Jews. Right? So the Lord set them up to put in the mindset to have world domination, because the Lord got a real major beef with these devils, man. The Lord's going to consume all of Edom, but he put these in the top seat for a reason, because he got a special judgment for them, man. All right.
You got Isaiah 14.
It don't matter. We still
good time for it, yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
All right, the children of Israel are going to take them and bring them to their place. Because guess what? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he set up over the bases of men. Esau is known as the base man. So the Lord raised them up for the simple fact to show that he ruleth in the kingdom of men. If you could take cavemen, ooga boogas, and make them rule the world, then you know that's the power of, it's divine intervention. It has nothing to do with their will. It's the will of the Most High Yahweh.
Job chapter 30, verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
And if you understand their history, when they talk about the Holocaust, the reason why they were exiled out of country and country, city to city, because they brought diseases, they brought filth. They were despised. They were despised among nations, man. Nobody wanted to deal with these devils, man. They were brute beast cavemen. They didn't have any form of hygiene, any form of living. Now you put them on and give them a suit and a tie and shave their beard, they feel like they can take over the world.
What you want to do today? I think it's take over the world. Yeah. It says they were driven from among men to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
All right, so now why you see concrete everywhere, man? We used to build clay and stuff to build houses. They use straight concrete and asphalt because it takes them back to what they're used to, their habitation. They're used to being in caves and rocky places.
And among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
They're viler than the earth. You can't even trust them around your dog. You can't trust these devils anywhere, man. You give them the world and look what they did to it. They put mandates everywhere and put draconian measures on the people. They're trying to turn everybody else into cavemen. All right, they want to make everybody inferior as possible so they can remain superior on this earth, but the Lord got a judgment for them.
Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
And the place is beneath us, under our foot.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So you know how we used to run through the field from slave master? We're gonna have them just like that.
Chase road.
The chase road. All right, so we're gonna bring these devils into captivity. All right. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 50 and verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
And that minister don't mean they ain't gonna be preaching to us. That word minister means to be a servant, to serve us. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna be in no pulpits or nothing like that. No, all that shit's gonna be done away with. They're gonna be servants unto us, man.
Therefore thy gates,
No, go ahead, bro.
therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings.
Yep, even 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. Hey,
Go ahead, brother.
we're gonna bring back those 24-hour marks. Remember when Walmart used to be open for 24 hours? We're gonna bring it back. It's always gonna be open. Gotta pay them taxes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Saquon.
Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, who are the saints? Is that what, Psalms 148? Somebody get Psalms 148, where even the children of his saints, even the children of Israel. Who are the saints? The saints are the children of Israel, starting with the elect. All right, those are the saints. Psalms 148, I think it is.
I got you. Right.
Come on.
This is Psalms 148, verse 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh.
So this is the patience and the faith of the saints. He's talking about the elect of Israel. The elect of Israel are waiting for these devils to be put in captivity, for putting us in captivity.
And if I may add on that word, even right there, it means indeed the children of Israel.
Come, the water. So indeed. So that's adding, in addition, adding on to it, putting a stamp on it, certified. So you can't add nobody else in there. Go ahead.
Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Ooh, that covenant made by sacrifice, man. All right, the first sacrifice was made by Yahushua, man. So now we follow in those footsteps of presenting our bodies like a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, back to the Revelation.
This is Revelations chapter 11, starting at 3. And I will give power unto 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,200.
Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to hear this. They're the children of Israel. Our women are true princesses, man. Daughters of the Most High Yahweh, man. They're going to be protected in that day, man. The ones that truly believe in his name, he's going to work miracles, man. He's gonna make Israel a praise throughout the whole earth. Everybody shit on us every instance we're on this earth, man. Everybody, whenever all these nations, there's a scripture on, if anybody can find it, says, what nations have not had a hand in putting their hand on the children of Israel? Every single nation has had their hand on us, man. But the Lord said he won't stop until he made Israel a praise on the earth. Go ahead.
If they shall prophesy 1,200 in 60 days, clothed in sackcloth.
All right, so in the articles of mourning, man. But we're in the articles of mourning.
Like 400 years.
Yeah, so 400 years in the clothing of mourning, right, in sackcloth, taking the mirth out of the land. Because it's dreadful to these people to see us out here on the highways and byways talking about their livelihood. They ain't gonna be able to kick soccer balls and throw frisbees no more. The Lord gonna destroy all that. They're gonna be drawers of water and hewers of wood. That's what they're gonna be throwing. The wall, yeah.
Throwing stones and building up our walls. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're gonna be doing. Go ahead.
Precept. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead real quick.
This is Sirach chapter 40, verse 2. It says, their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart.
And they don't show the fear, but the fear is there because all these other nations are going to go into slavery under the children of Israel. All right, if you're not of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, prepare for slavery. It doesn't matter how you look at it. You can frown your face, look crazy. It's gonna happen. I didn't bring that out. The Lord said it. Thus saith Yahweh Shai. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
This is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 10. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoil?
The water, brother. What nation had not had their spot? Everybody come form the confederacy against us. Let us break their bands asunder. They took away our laws. They helped in our transgression. They're like, oh yeah, they sinning anyway. Let's help them promote more sin, because they knew the more we engaged in sin, the more the Most High was going to get mad at us. That's how we got exiled out of our land. But they didn't think, hey, but we're still the apple of his eye. He was only mad for a moment. He's going to bring us back because he made a promise. And the Most High stands by his word because he created the word. And the word is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you.
So we're sent unto the nations that spoil us. And we're also sent to our nation to give them hope. And the ones that to give to the ones that believe and they're looking for the light, and give destruction to the ones that don't believe, that like to dwell in darkness, and give this destruction to these other nations. Go ahead.
For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
But the Lord let them have any kind of way with us, so they feel like there's no more hope in us. They feel like that we're gonna stay in this lot forever. But they don't think the Lord loves us. These other nations think that we're the spies. They think that we're in the proper place that we need to be. But the Lord gonna show them something different. Go ahead.
Got a precept.
All right, real quick. Yeah,
Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 12. Now beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for their destruction, but for a chastising of our nation.
I remember being outside one day, right? And the whole neighborhood was acting a fool. They were doing construction work, and they left the construction, like the bulldozers and everything out there, right? So all the kids jumping on. One kid turned one of them on. That shit shot up and knocked over a mailbox, tore up some trees, tore up the whole neighborhood, right? But I was trying to get in the midst, having fun with the other kids. My mom came outside and snatched me, right? My mom beat the hell out of me. But I'm like, man, they out there doing it. But my mom said, I'm not worried about them. Let them go out there and be foolish. But I'm going to make sure you're not out there being a fool. So understanding that the chastisement that the Lord gives us, he's purifying us and making us perfect in his eyes. All right, so we won't have to endure that anymore. All right, back to the Revelation real quick. No, you had a precept. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 10, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
So you have seen servants on horses, man, and princes walking upon the earth. Meaning, that's talking about Esau riding around these horses. It's a statue. I don't know if it's Andrew Jackson.
Downtown.
No, it's one where they got a Gadite and a Edomite on a horse, and a Gadite and a Judite in shackles, chained behind them. So that's literally what that scripture is talking about, man. And the things that are written the foretime were written for to learn it. It's nothing new under the sun, man. The Lord spoke of all this before it even happened. It's just being manifested right now, man. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16. All scriptures is given by inspiration of Yahweh.
So all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, man. So anybody want to say that this book was written by man? Okay, you can say that, but it was man inspired by the truth, by the spirit of Yahweh, by Shai. Go ahead.
And is profitable for doctrine.
And it's profitable for doctrine. So if you want to go according to the guidelines of this system, so be it. That would be to your own destruction, because there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of are the ways of death. But if you want to see power of Yahweh by Shai, you got to be inspired by the words of this book. All right, go back to that.
This is Revelation.
Oh, yeah, some more? All right,
11
go ahead.
and 4.
Hold on real quick. Let him finish that.
All right, for reproof, for correction, for instructions on righteousness.
All right, so
in righteousness.
For reproof, instruction, and correction on righteousness, man. So if somebody's trying to teach you how to do something right, that means that's in the term of endearment. They have something special dear to. There's a tender spark for you in their heart, meaning their mind. So the meaning their mind is on you. So the Lord's mind is on his children, man. All right. So now he's going to correct his children to make them perfect. Yes, Simone?
That the man of the Most High may be perfect, truly furnished unto all good works.
Perfect, truly furnished unto all good works, man. That's being upright. All right. Go ahead.
This is Revelations 11, verse 4. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. Verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
All right, so we destroy these devils with the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. That's the fire that proceeded out of their mouth. But there's also prophets that were able to call fire down from heaven, man, giving power like that. All right, so we're going to read about that, man. And these are real factual events. This is not no comic book Marvel series or nothing like that, man, because they get all that from the scriptures. We're the true marvels, starting with Yahushai all the way down, man, starting with Yahweh, and they're giving it to his son, Yahushai, and it's given it from the son, Yahushai, to the elect. Somebody get 2 Kings 1:1.
Gotcha. This is 2 Kings chapter 1, verse 1. Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab. Verse 2, and Azariah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers and said unto them, go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover from this disease.
Oh, let's try to skip that word. but check this out. So you had somebody going acquiring of the devil because they were sick, right? What does that sound like? Let's move that to present day. All right, keep going.
Verse 3. But the angel of the Lord said unto Elijah the Tishbite, arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say unto them, it is not because there is not a power in Israel.
Right, so is it not?
Is it not because there is not a power in Israel that ye go to inquire of Beelzebub?
Is it not because it's what Yahweh by Shem Yahushai doesn't exist that you gotta follow these mandates? Huh? Come on, man. Like Joe Biden said, come on, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord, thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but thou shalt surely die. And Elijah departed.
All right, so now Elijah told him, like, hey man, the Lord said you're gonna die, man. Because you're going to inquire of the devil to heal yourself, and you ain't come to him, you're gonna die right there in that bed you're laying down on. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And when the
all the way to 14.
And when the messengers turned back unto him, he said unto them, why are ye now turned back? And they said unto him, there came a man up to meet us and said unto us, go turn again unto the king that sent you, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, is it not because there is not a power in Israel that thou sendest to inquire of Beelzebub?
All right, so now the messengers that went to inquire of Beelzebub, the devil, right? They turned back. They're like, well, why you came back so soon? He's like, man, hey, this prophet of the Lord said we might as well not even go there because you finna die. Plain and simple, right? So now watch what happens.
Therefore thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but thou shalt surely die.
All right, so now just check this out. That's the power the prophets had back then, man. People listen when the prophet said nothing. But our people are so the minds in their mind, they don't even listen to the words of the prophets come out of the prophet's mouth because they don't understand it to be the words of the Most High, man. Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, what manner of man was he which came up to meet you and told you these words? And they answered him, he was a hairy man and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, it is Elijah the Tishbite.
All right, so he was like, so he knew exactly when they described him, He knew who it was. He knew who it was automatically. All right, keep going.
Then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50, and he went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of an hill, and he spake unto him, Thou man of Yahweh, the king hath said, Come down. And Elijah answered and said unto the captain of 50, If I be a man of Yahweh, then let fire come down from heaven. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50.
All right, so there came fire. He called fire down from heaven and consumed the 50 soldiers that were sent to bring him down off the hill, off the mountain, and go answer to the king of the Samaria. All right, so he was able to call fire from heaven, man. And in a sense, we're calling upon the same fire from heaven to come destroy this place in these times, man. So we have the power to call fire from heaven with these prophecies. We have to get out here and do the work. Go ahead.
This John 14:12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also.
So the Lord, like we just read in Acts, that you shall receive power when the Holy Ghost shall come upon you. You got a precept?
And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
So the Lord said he's going to give us power to do greater works than he did, man. Greater works than he did. And all the works that he did couldn't even be written in the book because there's so many.
This is John chapter 5, verse 36. But I have a greater witness than that of John. For the works which the Father hath given me to finish, the same works that I do bear witness of me, that the Father has sent me.
There
you go. This is John chapter 5, verse 19. Then answered Yahushua and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing by himself, but what he seeth the Father do, for what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth, and he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel.
So we become the Marvel superheroes, right? So what did he say? He said the Father has showed him all things, right? So guess what? What did Yahushua say unto us? Henceforth I no longer call you servants, I call you friends, because all the things that my Father has shown me I have revealed unto you. So now we're given that same power that was given unto Yahushua to do those miracles and do those works, so the rest of the world can marvel.
Yeah, right. Yep, that was a miracle. That's right. He can bring his out real quick. I got you. It's right here.
This is the book of Luke 24 and 49. And behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you, but tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem, until ye be endued with power from on high.
All right, so we're endued with power from on high, man. So that's that spiritual power that's going to be given unto his elect, man. All right, we're going to go deep into that because it's got to be talked about, man. Because guess what? These devils are going to come with draconian measures, man. Like, you think it's bad now, it's going to get 20 times worse. And the Lord wants it to get worse. Just like he hardened the heart of Pharaoh, he's hardening the heart of Esau, man. He wants Esau to get buck wild because the Lord's going to get buck wild. Go ahead.
John 14:9. Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, Show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works.
So that the Yahushua, even him being the son of the Most High Yahweh, denied himself and came down here strictly to do the will of the Father. So him coming in representation of the Father, in the name of the Father, right? You've seen the Father, because can nobody physically see the Father because they won't be able to live. But through Yahushua's life, the way you'll be able to see the Father. Go ahead.
Right, and just like the brother Thanyala brought out, they said these works that you've seen gonna do that and greater.
Done.
That's the next couple verses down.
Done.
But now this is Paul speaking. 1 Thessalonians, Paul was doing miracles too. 1 Thessalonians 1 and 5. For our gospel came not unto you in word only, but also in power, and in the Holy Ghost, and in much assurance. See the miracles. And that's how the Lord gonna bring in the rest of the elect in the last days, by giving the men of the Lord spiritual power. And that's when these people gonna believe when they see it, because they have no faith. And as ye know what manner of men we were among you for your sake. All right, go ahead.
And also, like the elder was saying, man, hey, that's when a lot more people going to be coming into the truth then at that time, man. Why? Because scripture say thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. So once the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua exalts us with that power, hey, they have no choice but to, oh my God, wow, hey, that's the power of the true God. Yeah, most definitely is, man. You know, hey, and you can't doubt it, man.
Those are the ones that when they went out to the marketplace and saw the people around their idol, they were called in at the last hour. They're going to come in at the last hour seeing the works and the miracles, because they're going to be looking for a way out. They're not going to be one that can be conformed to this system. All right, bring that out real quick.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, and verse 4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom.
Boom, not enticing words of man's wisdom, because what is power? What is Esau's power? It's worldly wisdom and corruption of the mind. That's how his power is deception. It's like our magic. People think somebody that does magic has power. No, that's deception, man. That's what his power is, deception. But you'll see the true form of power and truth, man. Go ahead.
But in the demonstration of the spirit and power, keep going.
Yeah.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of man, but in the power of Yahweh.
So you're seeing the true power in the works of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and that's what your faith is going to stand in, not in science. We're going to believe in the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right. Yeah, keep going with that. Somebody get Jeremiah 16 and 16.
I got it. 2 Kings chapter 1, verse 11. Again, also he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. O man of Yahweh, thus hath the king said, come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto them, if I be a man of Yahweh, let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50.
All right, so you notice how arrogant the first two band of soldiers, the first two band of 50 soldiers, with their chest sticking out, saying the king said, get down here. And what happened to him? He consumed them with fire. Elijah called fire down from heaven and consumed them. Keep going.
And the fire of Yahweh came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. Verse 13. And he sent again a captain of the third 50 with his 50, and the third captain of 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and besought him and said unto him, O man of Yahweh, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 servants, 50 thy servants, be precious in thy sight.
All right, so now that's how humbling our people are going to say, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. So that's how our people are going to be in that day when they see the spiritual power on the elect. They're going to come in a humbling sense, hey, we want to go with you. He said, I shall make a man a hiding place and a covert from the tempest and the destruction. Go ahead.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance was written before him. For them that feared the Lord, and they thought upon his name, and they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts. And in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spared his own son that serveth him.
So that's all for the elect, man.
Yep, that's from the foundation over till now.
Right. All right. Somebody, Jeremiah 16 and 16. You got one? Go ahead.
This is Psalms 110 and 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
So our people are gonna, our people that really are looking for answers in that day, they're gonna be that example of that last 50 that said, thou man of the Lord, if I find favor in thy sight, they're gonna come in a humble manner. Because they're gonna want to know where that power comes from. They're gonna be seeking that power, man.
Right. Just like Like you'll have a pirate or a captain of the sea, the Shemayim, going around to hunt out treasures. And we would be the jewels, and the Lord, what, making us clarity, giving us clarity. And polishing us, purifying us like gold. That's right. So at first, you got to give us clarity, and that goes back to the purity of the spirit. All right, go ahead, brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 12, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
And they used to go to Ophir to get the purest gold, man. So now the Lord is making us that purifying us and making us that perfect, man. So he said, make a man more precious than fine gold. Was that 12 or 13?
It's like 13 and 12.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, precept.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
All right, so now and that's that standard that was lifted up. That was 59, right? All right. That's that standard that was lifted up with Elijah when he called fire to come down from heaven, man. All right, so something divine is gonna happen when those martial law troops come in, when those martial Gurkha troops and martial law troops come in, all right, to make them turn and run. So that's divine intervention. You seen the military come in with guns like this here, and it's gonna make them drop their guns and haul ass. Man, that's the spirit of the Lord being placed on the elect, man.
Hey, may I add on? You know that word standard goes into having a way to escape, all right, or to take flight.
Come on. The Lord gonna make them get the hell on.
2 Timothy 2 and 12. If we suffer, we also shall reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us.
Oh, man.
If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself.
Well, if we suffer, so we have to choose suffering. Somebody get a Hebrews 11:24. We have to choose suffering. Who else chose suffering? Moses chose suffering because he could have lived as a king, but he chose suffering to bear the affliction with his people. All right, if we choose to suffer, man, we're going to reign with them. Go ahead, Hebrews 11:24.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 24. It says, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
So you got 2/3 of our people that are not going to be filled with the power of the Lord because they enjoy the pleasures of sin. But Moses, through faith, rather chose affliction than to live like a king, man. All right, in his old age.
And if I may add on, that's going back to the sense like the brother stated that we call him down, fight from heaven like Elijah, man. Why? Because 2/3 of our people and also these heathens, they're saying that their God, you know, hey, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever the case may be, what their God want is prosperity in this world, man. But we tell him that our God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is about to destroy this place called America, man. You know, he's going to make it rain 200 million missiles, but yet you telling me you're blinded by the God of this world where you want this place to continue forever, man. You know, so therefore you're going to be destroyed right along with this place.
And it's all done by the will of the Most High. But he sent his prophets out with that spirit of his son, and we're actually calling that fire to come down from heaven, man. We're calling that destruction to come down right now in the spirit of Elijah. It said the least of you shall be greater than John, and John was Elijah reincarnated. So we're in that same spirit calling down that fire. You got a precept, bro? Yeah, all right, go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel amongst all nations, like a corn is sifted in a seed.
So it's like the Lord's having a draft, and he's picking his warriors because he's the Lord of hosts, the God of armies, man. And he's picking his warriors, man. It's straight the most strategic battle strategy. He spread his army out throughout the four corners of the earth, and he's waking them up in the midst of the battle. The worst is the enemy that you don't know. Like these devils don't even know that their destruction is standing right next to them. He said, I have laid a snare for thee, and you haven't even known it. Go ahead.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
All right, and that's our 2/3 of our people not believing the words that's coming out of our mouth, the Spirit of the Lord. Go ahead, Spawn.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 3, talking about warriors. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua. And that word soldier just means warrior.
Come. So what is this? What is this? Boot camp. This is like boot camp. What do? They take Navy SEALs and Army Green Beret through real rigorous training, right? To what in their eyes to make them perfect soldiers. When the elect are going through the same thing through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. So the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to wake up to the fact that we're the Israelites of the Holy Bible, the Most High's true powerful warriors on this earth. Go ahead.
They're calling down fire from the sky.
Come.
Through prophesying.
Come.
In prayer. Revelations 8 and 2. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before Yahweh, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer.
Come.
And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it up with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. The smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before Yahweh out of the angel's hands. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunders and lightning and the earthquake.
And so that's coming because the prayers of the saints, somebody get James chapter 5.
Right, man.
The prayers of the saints are reaped into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, man, the Lord of armies. So James 5 and 4.
I got this for you real quick.
Come
on. Real fast. Revelations 11 and 11.
Good.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them.
Good. So that spirit of life is the Holy Spirit, which revived us and rebirthed us as a nation, man.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's when the prayers go up too.
Good.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. And the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to Yahweh.
And so think about it, man.
That's the earthquake, yep.
That earthquake is those missiles coming to destroy this place. So now when you have the bombers, all right, that are going to bomb up a certain place, they send ground troops in there to set a marker, right? And that marker sends up a colored smoky flame, right? And that's some reputation in us being on the ground, being the ground troop, all right, calling for that fire to come down, all right? And that smoky, that colorful smoky flame is us, our prayers going up and us prophesying. So now when those missiles come, all right, we're going to be taken out of the way, and those markers that are set by us prophesying and praying are going to destroy this place, man. That's all the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You had a precept?
It was on the 2 Timothy topic. Hardness as good soldier.
Oh, well, go ahead, bring it up.
This is Rock 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
All right, so he's going to take his soldiers through rigorous training to make them perfect for battle, man. You can't have a weak-minded soldier on the battlefield because he'll cause another life to get lost and why he loses his own. So that's why the Lord is putting us through this training, man. And you know what did the army do after basic training? They give a celebration where they give them their stripes. They give them their medals. Our celebration is going to be done in the heaven when Yahweh Shai giving us our crowns, man. All right, go ahead, the car.
This is James chapter 5, verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your field, which is of you kept back by fraud, crying, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
And that Lord of Sabaoth means the Lord of armies, man. And it's entered into his ears, and the Lord is pissed off. He's pissed off. He's asking the Father, like, hey, man, when can I go? When can I go today? Can I go today? Can I go today? Because think about it, no, he's only said that 3 times because it's only been like 3 days since he's been gone. Because 1,000 years is the day to the Most High. So if you think about it, if you really think about it, the Lord is on his way back. You know what I'm saying? He's preparing to come back. He said, I go to prepare a place for thee. So not only is he preparing a place, he's preparing to bring the holy angels, because he said he's coming in his Father's glory, his glory, and the glory of the holy angels. So he wants to rise Esau up as much as he can. He wants all the technology. He wants the first, second, third, and fourth industrial revolution. And he wants everything that comes all within that, so he can destroy this place with a big fashion, man. The Lord's going to go out with a bang, a big bang. Test that theory. You got a precept? Go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 16, starting at verse 15.
Hey, no, really, check this out. Check this out, because it's funny how scientists try to take credit away from the Most High with the whole Big Bang Theory thing, right? The Big Bang Theory is what created everything, but it's going to be the Big Bang that wipes everything, all this stuff out.
200 million of them.
200 million Big Bangs. Go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 16, starting at verse 15. It said, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hardened Pharaoh, that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world.
So just like how he hardened the heart of Pharaoh, he's hardened the heart of these scientists, because he wants these scientists to keep building up their technology. That's why he put the spirit in these scientists. Somebody get I have created Smith to blow up the coals in the fire. You hold your place, Arafah. Yeah. Somebody get it.
Really quick on that point, there's a cartoon called Goku, and he wants the strongest person to fight because he wants to show his power. Or so if his enemy got hurt in some way, shape, or form by him not doing it, he's gonna help him become stronger, just so that way he can have the strongest enemy to fight, just to show his power.
That's what the Lord's doing.
It looks like that on Predator too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
This is Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy it.
All right, man, and the Lord is out here playing with his people. He said I created the scientists that created the instrument for my destruction, man. I created all this. And what did he say? What is it? Jeremiah 50 said, I opened up my armory. All right, he's against this place, man. He wants Esau to create his super soldiers. He wants everything to create it when Yahweh Shai show up, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10, 4 and 5. For the weapon of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to the pulling down of a stronghold, casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem, and bringing into captivity every thought to be obedience of Christ, Yahweh Shai.
All right, hey, so check this out, right? So now our weapons of warfare are not carnal, right? Because we're in some spiritual warfare right now. So we're fighting spiritually, but guess what's happening? Like, people are moving slow because the prophecies are kind of moving slow. But when the prophecies speed up, right? Because people think the only missiles that's going to hit this place, or only missiles that are going to be shot up, are those nuclear missiles. No, you got all types of missiles and bombs and stuff in the army. The Lord said he's opening up his armory, right? The Lord said he's opening up his armory. So just like when the days of Noah, when they felt that first raindrop, people started, well, wait a minute. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
God.
How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Because the Lord is destroying this place, man. He said he laid a snare under him, man. Go ahead.
I have laid a snare for thee,
God.
and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware.
Boom. So now, when he created the Smith, when he created those scientists during World War II, that to bring forth the atom bomb, the splitting of the atoms, which they've been trying to do. Now they're trying to collide them with the hydrogen collider with the CERN stuff. They're trying to recreate the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? Keep going.
I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken.
So now, boom, that actual moment right there was the snare that was laid for Esau, man. So that's when they started the nuclear age, that's how it's going to be ended with their destruction. Go ahead.
Oh, Babylon, and thou was not aware.
And they're not even aware. They're so prideful. The more their nuclear technology advances, the more prideful they get and feel like, oh, we're at the top of the world.
God.
Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh.
They have striven against Yahweh by Shai, his people, man,
There you go,
and against him.
Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh, the power of hosts in the land
work that's
of the
done on this
Chaldeans.
earth that's not done by him. So all these weapons that are being built up are his influence. He's dealing with these scientists, man, directly. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
And they're talking about the children of Israel, the ones that sign cry for all the abominations. Calling out.
Calling for that fire to come down.
Precept.
Y'all stop real quick and then you on board. Psalm chapter 21, verse 11 and 12. Okay. So they intend the evil against thee. They imagine a malicious device which they are not able to perform. Verse 12, for therefore shalt thou make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thy arrows upon thy string against thy face of dung.
Ooh, so those arrows are going to be strategically those on their hit their marks, man. Right?
Hey, if I may add on, me and the brother was just talking like, hey, man, Revelation 9:16 say 200,000 missiles, man. Hey, America got 50 states. That's damn near what, 4 million missiles per state. This place is gonna be eradicated, man. You know, shit. Like the brother said, it's gonna be swept with a sweeping agent, a vessel, man. You know, from the beginning to the end.
And when you look at a missile, all right, the warhead of a missile contains multiple warheads. You know, so that one missile could be the 40 right in the middle for that one region or state of Babylon.
I'm one real quick. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 35, verse 18. It says, for the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient towards them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repay vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud and broken the scepter of the unrighteous.
And that scepter of the unrighteous he's talking about is Esau, Edom. So he building them up, man. He wanting them to build up their technology. So the Lord gonna come down there and tap dancing on this shit.
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
So you think Esau doing all that? He coming up with all these bright ass ideas and all that? No, the Lord is doing all this. The Lord is bringing this evil upon the earth.
Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it? He laid the snare.
Come on, he laid the snare for them, man. He knew how to, man. Come on, he designed them and created them. He know what evil is. Wicked is and wicked does.
I got to fix that.
All right, real quick,
All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and will roll thee down from the rocks.
So think about how is he destroying the earth with all his confusion, man. If you look at the amount of roadkill that be on the side of the road, what is that coming from, man? And it pisses me off, because what it is, it's an animal that's confused because his habitat was destroyed. Now he's walking around trying to find food and refuge someplace else, and he ends up getting hit by a car created by Esau. And it all goes back to his wickedness, man. And now my children, we're walking down the road, we have to see dead animals stinking up on the side of the road. I mean, that's all, and because they're confused state, because this is baffling. This is all unnatural.
And then,
go ahead.
But then even more, because there's so much concrete of the natural order of nature can't even go about its ways, because there's no natural decomposers on the concrete. The ants might get to it. The flies might get to it.
And the buses ain't gonna get to them because they don't want to get hit by cars. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's just messed up, man. Go ahead in the car.
And it says, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
A burnt mountain. The Lord gonna destroy this place, burn it all up. All right, you have one?
Go ahead. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 51 through 55. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty lover shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Lord? If thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their dead ones I was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore thou shalt receive recompense.
You're gonna receive recompense swiftly, bro. Lord got a swift judgment for this devil, man. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been afflicted by these devils. All right, who had a precept? All right, go ahead. You got one too.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 28. I'm gonna start at verse 26, no 25. Whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head.
Hey, what is that? The theory of relativity. What goes up must come down. All right, so that's the story of Esau. Go ahead.
In a deceitful stroke shall make wounds.
So the Lord is like catapulting them so high in the air, and He's gonna let them go. And the moment He lets them go, they're gonna fall swiftly. He's like, what is? I saw Lucifer fall quickly like lightning to the earth. There you go.
Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that set up a trap shall be taken therein.
So he's taking his own demise, man. The Lord set them up, trapping this devil. He can't even see it. That's how powerful. Yo, if that ain't power, man, listen, this dude is walking around in darkness thinking that he can see in the dark because he created that darkness and He created a comfort zone for him. But what is he doing? He's creating his own destruction, and the Lord, and he doesn't even see it coming. All right, come.
Telling about how they're killing all the animals.
Yeah, come.
This is Ecclesiastes 3:19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts.
Come.
Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity.
Yeah, all that shit is vanity, man. So it's like
we ain't no better than damn animals. There should be respect for the animals, you know? Esau has no respect for the animals.
No, not at all.
And that's the thing. You got in my apartments, they cutting down all the trees, right? So they can have more of a river view, right? So so they can charge more money. But in the back of those trees is a whole bunch of raccoons, and the raccoons always come out at night to find food, eating at the dumpsters and stuff like that, right? So as they cut down the trees, they had a animal safety environmental person come and making sure the animals okay. How the fuck they okay? If you cut down their house, you know what I'm saying? You cut down their habitat. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got nowhere to go.
Esau come around with a van to kill them.
And then basically try to make sure they okay.
That's like somebody blowing up your house, and then they coming over. You good? All right, we're just making sure you good. You good on the ground? The ground's good. Okay.
Like the buffalo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man, listen. Huh? Oh no, you good, bro. You good, bro. It's like the Chronicles of Christopher Columbus. When he wrote in his scrolls, man, this dude said he wrote in his scrolls. He said you couldn't even see the sun because of the amount of birds that were flying in the air. You couldn't see the ground because of the amount of buffalo, man, the bison that were roaming the earth. Man, they're almost extinct now, man. Like Esau just wanted to kill him for no reason, like just for gain, just to kill him and take pictures with him like this. Come on, only the devil does stuff like that, man. Kill him for no reason. All right, go ahead.
It's Exodus chapter 7, verse 3. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt, but Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you. This is Yahweh Shah speaking unto Moses. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments.
All right, so now Man, listen. So a news article, a news clipping came on at the job, right? And we were speaking on it, right? It was something towards like dealing with the prophecy. I forgot exactly what it was. And just out of instinct, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I got happy. But everybody else in the room was sad as hell. Like, bro, what is wrong with you, bro? I'm like, bro. I said, I literally said this at work. I said, bro, y'all really think that things like this can, like, y'all don't believe in a balance? Y'all really think that wickedness like this can happen on the earth without some type of divine intervention? You know, y'all don't understand balance, man. So the more of this we see, the quicker that the Lord is gonna come and destroy all this stuff, man. But they can't grasp that and understand that. Who said that? All right, go ahead.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
And so those days, but they don't understand the shortening of the days. They don't understand the coming in of the prophecies and the shortening of the days of the lifespan of Esau, man. They don't get it like that. But they're in fear. But the Lord's gonna laugh at them when their fear comes upon them, man. The Lord's gonna bring judgment to this place. He gonna have everybody mind blown, man.
Yeah.
The Jeremiah 16 and 16. You got one? All right, go ahead.
This ended off with your point.
Done.
Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
Done.
And the time of the dead that they should be judged.
Done.
Spiritually dead.
Done.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
So the ones that are of the elect, the prophets, the servants, the saints, they're going to get a reward, man, a badge of honor.
Yep, the Lord going to judge the nation.
Done.
And to the saints, and them that fear thy name. So that would mean people like IUIC, they're going to be amongst the dead.
Done.
Small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And they helping destroy the earth too, man. All right, helping, like, because what do they want to do? This is how they helping to destroy. Yeah, they teach Israel, but what do they want to do? They want to build communities in the midst of Babylon. They want to build infrastructures in the midst of Babylon, right? The brothers brought out a good point. Athanyali and Zaria brought out a good point with the whole Lyndon B. Johnson 501c3 charter that they're not allowed to go and against any a government protests or political movements. They're not allowed to touch on anything like that. So of course they're going to get mandated because they have to go along conform to the system because that whole 501c3 charter setup. That mandate that so if you want to remain tax exempt, you have to follow under that protocol. And understand this: do any of the churches wonder why once a year their pastors have to go meet at a congregation with with a group of pastors, even though they're all from different denominations? That still falls under the Nicene Creed. They have to still fall under that order, and they have to be taught. If anything changes according to that Nicene Creed, they have to be taught that.
Update.
They've been updated, right? So all that falls under Catholicism, which was created in 325 BC under the 7 ecumenical councils of Nicaea, started by Constantine the Great, who was a Jake, right? Which took 325 AD, Thawada, who was a Jake, man. So that's where you get your Sunday worship from. That's where you get your Holy Trinity things and things like that from. Go ahead.
Right. This is a book called Small Piece of Syndic History. It says, the charities, churches, and politics pages of the IRS.gov website tells us in 1954, Congress approved an amendment by Senator Lyndon Johnson to prohibit 501c3 organizations, which includes charities and churches, from engaging in any political campaign activity. All right.
And that's not only dealing with like campaigning like candidates running for president or running for office. Anything that any subject matter that they want to teach about cannot go against or be about anything dealing with politics. And what falls under that? Mandates. Go ahead.
It says that it was Johnson who led the charge to have the government start controlling the freedom of speech of religious organizations.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, bro. It says this amendment added churches to section 501c3 of the IRS code. His public comments on the matter were that this would be of significant benefit to the churches because it would make them eligible to apply for the 501c3 tax-exempt status as religious organizations.
And what does that fall under? That falls under Revelation 16 and 13. If somebody want to get that real quick. Y'all brought that on your lesson too, didn't you? Come on, bring it out real quick.
It says, however, signing on this benefit required that churches comply with certain conditions. Otherwise, they would lose their tax-exempt status. Johnson's real intent was to minimize the ability of churches to influence public debate regarding government policies. Neutralizing the voice of churches is one of many tactics progressives use to transfer power from the people to the government.
All right, so boom. So now, what does that what do they have control over? They have control over the money, they have control over the religion, and they got control over the military.
Yeah, they got control over the mouthpiece, man.
All of them. So who has these control? Let me get these real quick. These niggas right here. These guys, because these are the ones that are ignorant and void. However you want to use that terminology or whatever the definition you want to use of that word. All right, they try to label out us under that, and then our people want to try to put royalty under that, try to take it back to some African stuff, man. These individuals are the ones that set up this whole system, huh? All right, go ahead, bring it up.
Revelation 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs, some out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast.
European Union, NATO,
and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
All right, the Roman Vatican, Catholicism, man. The Roman Vatican, Roman Catholicism. So those are the 3 unclean spirits, and through that you have all these different secret societies, policies, political policies, and research institutions. All that falls under those 3 unclean spirits, and they have power and control over what's being said out in the public. But what do they not have power and control over? The Spirit of the Lord, the men of the Lord. And that's how the Lord set it up.
Go ahead. I was just gonna add on, like the brother saying, that drawn out web, you know. So it's other entities that our people run up into, like the Masonic Lodge, Greek, being a part of a sorority, and all that. All that is a part of that drawn out web that the brother is speaking on.
Go ahead. You have something?
Yeah, I got you. This is Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey.
Boom. Know that whatever you yield your members to, that's what you're going to obey, and you become a servant unto that. All right. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked.
Whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Man, man, listen. So those that follow under the order and yield their members to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai follow obedience unto righteousness and everlasting life. Those that yield their members to are worshiping the image of the beast, all right, are yielding their members unto sin and darkness and destruction.
1 Kings 19. I'll start from Romans 11, basically the same thing. Romans 11 and 4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, the system.
God, so 7,000 men, that 7,000 means completion. They have not bowed down to this image.
Yeah, and the churches, what they teach Baal, which is Jesus.
Con. Oh, we leave that down there. Them wicked anyway. But all this whole systematic setup, man, that is set up to keep the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans blind to the fact that they're the children of Israel, man. Wow. So you follow behind them blindly, not being aware. So you're yielding your members to the system. So ultimately, you're going to worship the beast, and you're going to get the MOTB.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
So they want to yield their members unto sin. So they want to, it said, envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his way. But you got 2/3 of our people that run after the oppressors, just like in Hosea chapter 2. All right, let me finish this out.
That are round about us, but since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So they don't want to suffer the affliction. All right, you got to enter in at the straight gates. Go in through the door. And who is that door? Yahushua. So you have to suffer that affliction, man. Go ahead. That was it.
All right, this is John chapter 15 and verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purged it, that it may bring more fruit.
And that's just it, man. You got to enter through Yahushua, man. He is the true vine, man. The true vine in the way of life. That's where you're gonna get your power from. You ain't gonna get no power from Esau, man. He gonna further make you powerless. He gonna strip everything from you. He wanna take your DNA from you. He wanna take everything.
God damn.
You can't. Oh, like you have nothing.
What they say? They said you will have nothing and be happy.
Done. And that's beautiful because guess what? They can't reach. They can't get to the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai. They can't take that. I don't care if you have me. What is his name? Crane, the little brain on Ninja Turtle. I don't care if you have me like that. As long as I got the spirit, I'm good.
And honestly, if the same thing that they did to Joseph, they put him in the cell. They put him in a jail cell for I forget the period of time that they had him in there. And I'm pretty sure they left him with nothing but little scraps of food. Gone in the ditch. All he had was the faith and strength and wisdom of Yahweh. That's all we really need.
He didn't have wisdom. He had a dream. That was it.
Yeah, he had a dream. He had a dream.
Yeah, he had a dream, and his brothers hated him. He was young. He was a child.
Yep. And he grew up, but he had faith. He had faith, and that's all you needed because guess what? When he was locked in the prison with the baker and the king's councilman, he interpreted both of their dreams, right? And he said, hey, don't forget about me when you get out there. They forgot about him for a while, but the Spirit of the Lord made him double back and come get him out of the dungeons, man. All right, so all you need is that faith in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. And, well, we need Yahweh, boy. You got a precept, go ahead.
It's First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 19. Then Matthias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Yahweh forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or on the left.
And now that just shows true power and faith, man. Now that's a man of integrity, man. Maintain. What did King David say? Try my integrity. I will walk in my integrity. Try the reins of my heart. Meaning, I believe in the Lord so much. I want him to persecute me and prove my faith. That's what King David said.
And what Jake said today? Why try me? Wish you would.
I wish you try. They gonna fold.
It wasn't like that though. It was like, yep, it was more so like it was like David saying, try your own power. I trust that you're gonna strengthen me. You know, to be tried. Yep.
Jeremiah 16:16.
Jeremiah 16:16 says, behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord.
All right, so now we're in the fishing phase, man. We're throwing the lines out there and we're reeling in the fish. And the Lord is declaring what's a good fish and what's a bad fish that need to be thrown back. Keep going.
It says, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
All right, so now those fishers are going to be turned into hunters. Talking about the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're going to be turned into hunters. He said, thou art my battle axe and weapon of war. You went all the way to 18?
All
right, go ahead.
Verse 17 says, for my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face. Neither is there iniquity hid from my eyes.
All right, so the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. And it's also upon the righteous men that are in this sinful kingdom, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The ones that truly believe in the Father, whose name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahushua. He's rising up a spiritual army, man. Rising up the tabernacle of David. They are the mighty men. Keep going.
Verse 18 says, and first I will recompense their iniquity
and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have fled. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
And the Lord got a judgment for that, man. And he's going to use his elect to bring forth that judgment. All right, that was it. All right, Isaiah 41 and 15.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth.
And what does that mean? Like, my teeth kind of messed up, so he ain't talking about them teeth. What he's talking about, that teeth mean power and might. But you know how you break something off of your teeth, like break it? That's what he means. I will give you read it again.
Go ahead. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument.
So he's going to make us a new sharp threshing, meaning revive us, give us life back. That's spirit. Kaya, meaning quicken. He's going to quicken us. Go ahead.
Having teeth.
Having teeth, having power, might. Go ahead.
Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small.
Ooh, talking about the government. Thresh the mountains and beat them small, man. Go ahead.
And shall make the hills as shall.
Meaning destroying anything that tries to establish itself in this kingdom, man. All of it's going to be destroyed. No matter if it's one little government or one big government, it doesn't matter. The Lord's going to destroy it all. That was it. Oh yeah, that was it. Go ahead.
Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my soul shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
All right, so that Idumea is talking about America, and that sword bathed in heaven is talking about the missiles. All right, so this sword shall be bathed, that glistening sword. Glistening sword shall be bathed in heaven, man. Go ahead, brother.
Psalm 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
So the Lord said, we are gods, and all of us are the children of the Most High. But we shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So we fell in 70 AD. But we're being revived and risen back up, man, as a nation, all right, and as an army, right, all right? A mighty man of war.
Precept.
All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Burning and fuel of fire. It's going to be hot. Hot, 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 hot. Go ahead. Oh, you got some more hot stuff? Yeah. All right, bring it out. Who else had a precept? Go ahead.
It's Luke 12 and 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
So we come in the spirit of Elijah with the spirit of Yahweh Shai upon us, calling fire from the earth. So the Lord wants to see some shit burning when he gets here. He said, what will I if it already be kindled? You think he coming to put it out? No. He turning up the heat, man. All right, he said he shall send fanners. What you do when you fan the fire? When you fan the fire, you make the fire build higher. Go ahead. That was it? All right. Who else got that? Go ahead.
All right. Matthew chapter 17, verse 20, going back to some moving governments. And Yahweh said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
All right, so now nothing shall be impossible. Can you imagine going to the White House, meaning going to that mountain, going to the government, and saying, get the hell on, and it be moved? And we're doing that right now. We're doing that right now. We're telling that lift their banner upon the high mountain.
And that go back to the scripture we read earlier, man. And those who believe in the Lord, it's gonna be given power, man, to do the greater works that the Lord did.
Come on, be given power, man, to do greater works than the Lord did. And that's beautiful, because guess what? That's how humbling. All right. That's how humbling the man Yahweh Shai is, man. He made himself a little lower than the angels. He did a little bit of work, and then he's raising his servants up to get, man, come on, man. All the glory and praise goes to him, man. All the glory and praise. And like, look at the order that he set up. You got Yahweh Shai, and then the men of Israel, the elect men of Israel, man. Like he set boundaries, just like how Esau sets boundaries. If you're a lower caste worker, you can't go into the CEO's office and ask something. You got to follow a chain of command. And the Lord has a perfect order, man. He's gonna give power into his servants. He said he shall make a man more precious than fine gold. That's why Esau attacked the man and brought the man out of the household, man. Because he knew the power and the strength of the men of Israel, man. He didn't want to deal with it. I'll deal with their women. That's how we get to him, get to his woman. That's how did they get to Samson? He said, you've been able to do this because you plowed my heifer. Meaning got into her mind, man.
They showed that in the Willie Lynch letter, man. How to put one slave versus the next slave, preferably the women's slave versus a man.
So now you got slaves rebelling, right? And the little young slave wants to be like his father, but the mother don't want him to be like his father because his father getting his ass whooped, getting whooped to his back because he's rebelling against Massa. So what is she teaching her son to do? She's teaching her son to conform to Massa. Because Massa gonna beat you, he gonna hurt you. No, do what Massa say. That started the separation right there, man. But digging in the minds of our people. Who had a precept? I didn't have one. And then you have one too. All right. Go ahead.
Zechariah 12, chapter 12, verse 8. And in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that prevail amongst them at the day shall be as David, and the house of David shall ask God, as the angels of the Lord before them.
Stupid Branson. The least among us shall be as King David, man. We know about the story. Hopefully I can get down to it because we ain't really started my lesson yet. That's crazy. But the least of them shall be as King David, man. Man, King David, like I'm gonna tell you one thing that Saul hated about King David, because when they would come back from war, everybody be singing and cheering. They're like, Saul killed his thousands, but David killed his 10,000s. Yeah. And Saul like, wait a minute. what you mean? His 10,000? Like, so now, and then what does Saul do? He sent David out on a mission. All right, you want my daughter? All right, go out there in the heat of the battle and bring me 100 foreskins of the Philistines. David brought back 200. That's the power that King David had, man. But King David was humble. In his mind, King David wasn't powerful like that. King David, his mind was set on the Lord, man. He said a man after his own heart. So he had the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's where his strength and his power came from.
When you have that humility, you don't think of yourself. You don't think, man, I'm this, I'm that, da 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 da. You think, man, I'm just a man.
But King David's mindset was like, I'm just a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. There's a difference. You can be a man, but if you're a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's what a man is. That's what a true man is. But they don't want that around here. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, shall renew their strength. Ooh. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary.
All right, and what does it say in Deuteronomy 28? It said, all the days of our life shall be mourning and our lights will be hanging from our heads, but we were going to wake up with having no hope. But the Lord said through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to renew our strength, man. And so now we have, not only do we have strength, we have hope. When you have a strong man that does not have a will to fight, or doesn't have a will to hope, right? He's just a strong man. He's just physically strong. But if you take a frail man and give him some hope, something to hope for, and give him something to fight for, then he's stronger than the man that's a big ass bodybuilder dude. Because it all comes from the mind, because the mind has to operate those muscles. If you give a man a purpose, he becomes a dangerous man.
David and Goliath.
David and Goliath, man. Goliath was a big ass dude, right? And look at Esau today. We're standing in the face of Esau, looking up to Esau on that tall, high mountain, right? As him being Goliath, and we're coming in the spirit of David, man.
Fighting this dragon.
And what rock are we slinging? We're slinging Yahushua, that chief cornerstone, man. All right. Let me get yeah, bring it out.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. Let your light shine so before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
So when you let your light shine, not only spiritually, right? When you get those spiritual powers, everybody's gonna be like, wow, Yahweh is great. But we don't want that glory. We do all this to give the glory to the Father and the Son, man. And that's as it should be. But it gives somebody like Esau, you give him power, he becomes prideful, and thinks that it's all him, like Nebuchadnezzar did, or Nabonidus did, and he was exiled into the woods. All right, Zaquan, real quick.
Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
So Esau, Yahweh by Shimei Shai, Esau wrapped around his own deception, man, deceiving his own self. Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Go
ahead. Obadiah 1 and 3.
There it is.
1 and 2 or 3. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
And that's what we're doing. We heard the rumor that there's an ambassador among the heathen. So we're rising and going against him in battle, man. And we're spiritually battling right now and letting everybody know who this devil is. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
They're greatly despised, and they don't even know it, man.
They're going to be the least in the kingdom.
The
pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
He going to find out he ain't nothing but a mere base man. Nothing. When the Lord get done with him,
right. Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
So he takes an eagle's and bird's eye view on everything and feels like there's nothing that can soar higher than him. But he doesn't know that the Lord's looking down upon him, ready to destroy him. The Lord exalted him up to in that fashion. So he can be when the Lord, it's like catching a child's hand in the cookie jar. You see him looking at the cookie jar, you don't bother him at that moment. You see them walking around the cookie jar, you don't bother them at that moment. You see their hand approaching this cookie jar, you don't bother them at that moment. Right when they reach their hand in the cookie jar and they pull their hand out and they have the cookie, which are the Lord's precious jewels, that's when the Lord's going to come down there and rain fire upon them, man. Catch them red-handed. Get it? Esau red in his hand, red-handed. All right, go ahead, bring that out, Lacan.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
And so that's going into the gates of the nobles, going into these city halls, going into these high places, all right? And prophesying the destruction of this place, man. So that's saying move henceforth over yonder. So that's bringing destruction on this place, man. What was that? Somebody else had a precept. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51, 2 and 3. And will send unto Babylon foreigner that should find her, and should empty her land. For in the day of trouble they should be against her round about.
He didn't say he's going to send extinguishers. He said he's going to send fanners, man, to keep that fire brewing and brewing. That Lord want them coals to stay hot till he show up, man. He want them coals to stay hot.
Number 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. Against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine. I don't know. That brigandine. And spare ye not her, young man. Destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
And Lord wants everybody to start shooting off missiles, man. Lord wants everybody to bend the bow. Everybody's gonna be shooting missiles off at each other, man. He said the sword shall be bathed in heaven. Glistening sword, man. He's gonna send fanners. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
All right, so we're witnessing all this happening. In the midst of all this happening, check this out. In the midst of all that, he's going to be raising power up in his elect. As they increase in their technology, the Lord is going to increase the spiritual power in his elect, man. All right, go ahead.
Spared no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shout against her round about.
And we're shouting against this place round about. We're telling them, shoot them off. Iran has developed, they have found a way that it was certain sanctions that were put upon them, and they found a way to get around those sanctions. Now they're able to buy naval vessel weapons from Russia and China. So they have a plan to strategically build their navy to where they will destroy the United States Navy, man. And it's already set in place, and there's no way they can apply those sanctions back and to stop Iran from doing it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15 of Jeremiah 50. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And you're going to see all these nations rise up against America, man. It's inevitable what's about to happen. Scriptures say if Babylon could have been healed, we would have healed her, but she can't be healed. Lord ain't trying to heal this place. The only way to heal this place is to destroy it. All right, go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 23, talking about the cookie jar back when. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So now check this out. Check this out. What's going to happen is these other nations are going to turn against this devil, and you're going to have race wars breaking out. While he's about to lift up the spiritual powers and his elect, he's going to rise up a spirit in Jake when these race wars break out, and Jake going to beat the hell out of Esau, man. Man, Jake going to beat the hell out of Esau, bro. Yeah. Well, he going to rise up that young lion, man. And then he going to send the real lion down here. Y'all real quick. Hold on. Go ahead. Y'all
Isaiah 59, verse 18 and 19. According to their deed, accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversary, recompensate to his enemy, to the idols he will repay, recompensate.
Recompense. He gonna recompense to his enemies, man. And part of that, listen, part of that is gonna be them race wars, Jake beating their ass, and then right after that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have wars breaking out. First, you're gonna have economical chaos around everywhere. You're seeing that happening everywhere. Civil unrest. Everything's gonna be breaking out, and then you're gonna right after that, you're gonna have the elect getting spiritual power. Then right after that, you're gonna have missiles hitting this place. Then you're gonna have deliverance, and all this is gonna be over. Go ahead. All right, go
verse
ahead.
19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
And that standard is going to mean for them to take flight. The Lord's going to lift that up against them, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 27, and verse 20. Terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departed. And as the storm hurleth him out of his place, for Yahweh, while Yahweh shall cast upon him and not spare, he will fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place.
That's all these other nations rising up against the devil, man. He ain't gonna know what the hell going on.
And if I may add on too, it's at the east wind, and now that's spiritual too as well, because China has a missile called the Dongfeng, man, which is translated to east wind. So that missile is coming over here to destroy this place, man.
All the missiles coming over here to destroy this place, man.
Yeah, guns.
Amawar.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "Be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed."
Can you imagine how dismayed they gonna be when they have their super soldiers running around, and the middle Lord gonna slap the hell out of one of them super soldiers, they're just gonna fall to pieces? Like can you imagine that? Can you imagine those giants that were on the earth when we were tyrants, when we had those spiritual powers, when we didn't have righteousness? Can you imagine someone with the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and righteousness, and with his will in their mind? Can you imagine that in that day, man? Man, that's gonna be a terror to Esau, man. He said, Esau be lift him up and bring him to the king of terrors, man, which is Yahushua, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
Hey, just a quick interjection, because those who believe in Yahweh ben Yahweh, they Yahweh ben Yahweh's, that's not his prayer. That's actually in the book of Jeremiah. Brother read. That's the prayer that they read.
Oh yeah, and that's bullshit. That they're gonna be destroyed too. Go ahead.
It says, "But let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction."
Double destruction, man. So that's what the Lord is bringing to this place, straight judgment, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
So, because you got some of our people that want to move fast. They don't want to wait on these spiritual powers that the Lord is going to give us, so they don't want to do the work. They want it right now. But the Lord is preparing us to be able to handle those powers that he's going to give unto us, man. All right, so we don't fret ourselves against evildoers because we understand the Lord built them up and made them that way. And the Lord's going to destroy them in that same fashion. That was it.
Verse 2, for it shall soon be cut down like the grass and the wither as the green herb.
All right, so they're going to be cut down real quick, man. They ass is grass and Yahweh shot a lawnmower. Man, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Man, hell from beneath is because these devils stir up so much hell, and they look at that shit from a bird's eye view, and they feel like they ain't gonna never be in that position. But all that hell is waiting on them. Man, listen, all that hell is waiting hell from beneath is waiting on them to meet them at their coming.
You're talking about these nations.
Come on.
You're talking about people like Russia, China, Iran.
Come on.
Let's read it again. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. See, it's stirring up
the dead that you be these nations.
That's right, that's right. So the Lord is using that to stir up the nations, to get them mad at America.
Oh.
Even all the chief ones of the earth. So that let you know who the dead is. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
And hey, that's why thou art greatly despised, man. So, go ahead.
and all they shall speak and say unto thee, people like Iran, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. The grave meaning hell. And lo, and the noise of thy vows, and the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Talking about the nation, the destruction. Basically, their whole system got holes in it. All right, and people like China and Europe, they're the ones that are putting holes in the system.
May I also say that America, they've also gone around the whole world and not only hurt the Israelites, but they also hurt Russia. They hurt Germany. They hurt France. They hurt a lot of other countries around this place with their sanctions and with the ideologies and their and all their unholy philosophies.
Yeah, mainly with the dollar. They hurt everybody with the dollar, man. They took everything from everybody with the dollar.
So now they have a reason to hate America.
They realized they've been bamboozled and hoodwinked, so they pissed off. They around here boasting and with America, yeah, we got the dollar. They're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Go ahead.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be.
So listen to that. The day of the Lord is upon all the heathen. So just because the dead are stirred up to come against America, that doesn't mean they're gonna get any glory behind that. That's just starting off the destruction of America. These other nations are going to be destroyed too. And if you go over, it says, rejoice not, O Palestina, because when Iran and Israel go to war, you're gonna have the Palestinians getting hype off that shit. But it's you got it.
No, you got it.
So, but it's still saying Isaiah 14, rejoice not, O Palestina, because they're gonna be destroyed too.
Verse 30, this is Ezekiel 38. I'm gonna do the first like 3 verses. 2 verses, just to make your point. And Yahweh, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. We're talking about Russia.
We're talking about Russia, right?
And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee.
So even though the Lord is lifting Russia up, the bear up, which is going to be enough, which that's what the bear means, enough, he's still against them, man. He's just going to use you to be enough to do this, and after that, you're going to be destroyed too, because y'all Esau too.
He's gone.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, come. You want to finish with yours? Let him finish this up, and I'm gonna come down this way.
I'm gonna start over.
Obadiah. Huh? Probably good to get them interjections.
Okay, you got an interjection? All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 14. Salakia. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Boom. Now start the Medes. Now check this out. I think it was France or somebody that wants to pull out of NATO and join Russia. So the Medes is talking about is Russia. All right. So now he's gonna start the Medes. Like,
and that's just going back with the verse the elder had brought out in regards to it. He's against Russia, but he's using it.
So he gonna stir up. Why? To bring down this place Babylon. Ultimately, all this whole system is gonna be destroyed. All right. We had another interjection. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
God. So the reward that they're doing is going to return upon their own head, man. But they don't even see it coming. That's the beautiful part about it. All right. What did the Lord say? You must first bind the strong man up. For if the strong man knew that you were going to come in his house and take all his stuff, he would have prepared himself. All right. So the Lord's not making him aware of what he's doing. All right. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
Tobit chapter 13, verse 2. For he doeth scourge and have mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand.
Okay, nobody avoided it. We had to go through it. All right, we were brought low. We're being lifted back up. They were brought up high. They're being brought down, man. All right, go ahead.
Lamentation chapter 4, verse 22. The punishment of thine the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughters of Israel.
So that means we're at the end of our punishment period, right? Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So this is our last captivity. So kudos to that. And the Lord promised this, man.
He will visit thy iniquity of daughters of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
And he's discovering the sins, and we're exposing those sins out here on the highways and byways, man. All right, so now there's a punishment for all the atrocities that they committed. And the Lord's bringing forth that judgment. Go ahead.
Anybody got a battery?
A portable battery thing. All right, go ahead. That was it. All right, somebody get Jeremiah 51 and 20.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
I'm talking about the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Yeah, keep going all the way to 26.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Can you imagine men with no weapons in their hand? What was it was one of King David's mighty men that came a guard under Solomon, and he came up against one of the bigger Philistines that I think it was from the bloodline of Goliath. I could be wrong, but he came up against one of the Philistines. The Philistine had a big ass spear in his hand, and all he had was his walking staff. And he stood there and plucked the spear out of the staff of the Philistine, grabbed the spear and killed him with his own spear, man. So that's the power that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to give unto his elect. Go ahead.
Verse 22. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young.
And man, you got to understand it's a spiritual thing for that right there to be able to happen unto us, right? Because they didn't do it, especially during the time of slavery, man. There were thousands of slaves with one slave master on this whole plantation. You mean to tell me, man, that's the spirit that was done by Yahweh. First of all, we're stronger than them. You can take a puny Jake against a big muscle pound Edomite, and a Jake 9 times out of 10, if he get his mind right, he can prevail against them. Our mind is just gone, man. When the Lord put us in that mind state to allow them to be able to do this. That's all done, man. They didn't do this. The Lord did this to us, man. So that's why we don't need to fear these devils. We fear the Lord. This doesn't happen. All right, we fear the devil. This is what happens. If we start letting perverse thoughts get in our mind and we get scared and start moving in hate, that's what things happen. We start distrusting the Lord, things like this happen. But we trust in the Lord, what happens? Things like this happen when we trust in the Lord. Pick that sign up right there. things like this happen when you trust in the Lord. Right? Like even a little baby, see that? Things like that happen. But hey, when people like try to say that's inhumane, but what did they do to our babies?
Get them meat.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they did to our babies. They used to feed. They used to make the moms hear the babies cry as they use them as gator baits at nighttime, right, to catch the alligators, man. The mother had to hear that shit, had to hear their baby getting devoured. Because that unjust nation does that. The devil, man. So as long as we keep our mind on Yahweh Shem Shai, things like this don't happen. But as soon as we alleviate from that, he's going to allow that to happen. Go ahead.
All right, back at Jeremiah 51 and 22.
Who's that? Okay.
With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young.
Oh, so you seen the baby on there. Man and woman, old and young. You see, Lord say he's gonna do that. Well, he's gonna use us, but it's gonna be in his spirit and it's gonna be done in righteousness. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid.
Good.
I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces.
So the people and the people and the individuals that they're being led by, man, we're gonna destroy all that. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers.
So with the captains and rulers, all right, it don't matter. Let me get him first. Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 23 and verse 4. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Well, we'll fear no evil. We're in this valley of the shadow of death is America, man. So we're not going to fear the evil that Esau tries to bring upon us, because we got the fear of the Lord. And with the fear of the Lord, all right, it gives us a sound mind, man, and a spirit of power. Interjection? All right, go ahead.
All right, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body,
God,
but are not able to kill the soul.
All right, so they put perverse thoughts in our mind like this is it. After this flesh leaves the earth, then there's nothing else after that. That's what made us move in fear, because we took our mind off Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, but Yahweh Shai is taking away the sting of death. All right, and the sting of death is sin, man. All right, so now if we're no longer oppressed by sin, Esau can no longer oppress us. That's the man of sin, man. All right, so that's how he oppresses us with sins and transgressions. Keep going.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
So I fear Yahweh Shem Shai, because he has the keys to hell and death. That's what the scriptures say. So Esau, he got the keys to that building over there. He ain't got no more keys than that. He got the keys to stuff on this earth. But even though Yahweh Shai controls them keys, because he gave Esau the keys, man, to put this hell on the earth. So now, guess what? He got to pay for that. That was it. All right, Amawan.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 26. Verse 28 and 27. Shalaki. It says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is come." It says, "Come on."
All right. So now, one thing that a predator likes, he likes to see his prey beg for mercy and be weary, and that's what this devil wants to see. But according to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, we're gonna stand in great boldness in the face of our oppressor. He don't want to see that. He want to see us like this, cowering. But when he sees the Spirit of the Lord on us, right, that's what's gonna put him in fear. All right.
A bully stops bullying their victim after that victim rises up and starts fighting for himself.
There was a basketball player. He's from Philly, but he played for the Celtics, and I think it was Kevin Garnett. Because Kevin Garnett was known as a bully in the NBA. But the dude, he said, "Listen, where I'm from in my hood, we bully the bullies." Straight up. Zach Randolph, that's what it was. Right, go ahead, Zapon. I got you next after that. I'll tell y'all.
Psalm 17 and 11. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey.
And then a devouring lion that's greedy of that. These are, thank you, appreciate it. We gotta get these greedy lions real quick. Like as a lion, because they're not the lion, but they're acting as a lion, greedy of his prey.
And it's playing with his prey, right? Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, as if it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
So that was set up to be the sword, the instrument of destruction for Yahweh Shema to put us through that. Right. So the Lord had them do that to us. Yep. They ain't got shit going on for themselves. Soon as we get our power back, and our power is back right now. That's why we out here on the highways and byways. They can't stop it. They can't do nothing about it. Go ahead.
Right. What you said? They got the keys to this place, right? Well, to that building.
Yeah.
It said, hide us from men which are thy hand. Oh Lord, from men of the world. That's why he said we're going to die like princes. The princes of the world. Which from men of the world which have their portion in this life.
Which have their portion in this life, and they settle for that. Because that's why they try to keep gaining increase. Because they got their portion in this life, man. But the Lord said, hide us from that. And how we hid him from that? Through his spirit, man. So we also get hidden from the destruction. You have something?
This Malachi 1:14. But cursed be the deceiver, which have in his flock a male and vow and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
So the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen. So he doesn't want to hear this. He'd rather have us out there in the hood gang banging and shooting each other up. You know, that's what he wants to see us do. That's what because Jake think he's tough. But Jake is tough, but Jake dumb as hell, man. Jake dumb as hell. Jake rather be tough against, he'd rather be tough in the mirror, but won't be tough against his oppressor. He'd rather be tough against the people that look like him. And that's self-hate, man. That's self-hate. Why don't you have that same toughness when Esau run up on you? No, you won't. You rather go back into the hood and take it out on your brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
And a good example of that is a Jacksonville rapper. His name Queso. You know, he's known for being a killer and a murderer and a hard man. And right now he's locked up, and it's a video that went viral of him getting slammed by some police officers. And he on the internet crying about it, trying to get support from the public. But as the brother was saying, they'll take that violence and aggression out on their own brothers, but when it comes to their oppressor Esau, they cry and whine, man. But you a killer, you a bad guy.
Yeah, kill him. The one that bammed you on your tape up.
This is 2 Ezra 2 and 28. It says the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able. It says, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
Man, and a quick testimony. That's funny you say that. Got into an altercation in Walmart the other day. Dude tried to get all irate with me and like, you mean I'm baffled. I'm like, you really want to do this in Walmart? All right, so he's showing out. So I'm following the guy. I'm like, I just want to see where he's going. I just want to make sure I'm safe. Whatever. So he's still acting irate. But as soon as the white security guard come, he got humbled in the mud. I'm talking about all that gangster shit went out the window. He was talking about. He was started talking proper and everything. Ain't no slang come out his mouth. And I'm like, bro, did you really where's the guy that was just like doing all that, man? That just shows the nature and state of our people, man. But we all know they demons, man. Go ahead.
God, it says, my hands shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
And so that's what we believe in, man. The Lord said our children shall not see hell, man. And the Lord promised that. So you can put a stamp on that shit. So it don't matter what try to fear they try to put on you. Or we'll take your kids, we'll do this, man. The Lord say, hey, my children ain't gonna see hell, so I don't know. You take that up with the Lord. I'm going on what the Lord said. If you got a problem with that, here's his number right here. Call him.
And this is asked for Esau's children. And this is Job 27:14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
So that's my rebuttal. The Lord said He's gonna protect my children, but He got something to do. He gonna do something to yours, man. So you need to go check on your kids, man, for real. Because the Lord said the Lord's gonna destroy them, man, because He doesn't want any more wickedness on the earth. That's part of Him rooting the wickedness out of the earth. You have some more in just
it's all thus saith the Lord.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Sorry, y'all. And I got you. Mazan, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
So we're supposed to be on the Lord's side, destroying Babylon, man. it's taking the mirth out of the land. So that's how we flee out of the midst of Babylon. We ain't trying to get no passport, no plane ticket, and leave and go nowhere. Because the Lord said, blessed are they that are in the midst of danger. Because he's going to show his glory and salvation, man.
When you go to a concert, you want the best seat in the house. And the best seat is right up on the stage where you get to see the performer. You get to shake his or her hand. You get to feel all the music and the bass coming from the speakers. That's the same thing here. We got front row seats to the destruction of the kingdom of our oppressors.
Dead ass. Mine's on real quick.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 55. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee.
And that's the point, man. They don't believe in what they call it, karma. They don't believe in. My grandma say, whatever goes around comes around. That you sow, you shall reap. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Whatever you put on the earth, that's what you're gonna get back, bro. That's what you're gonna get back. So imagine, whatever you put on the earth, that's what you're gonna get back. So if we sowing the seed of Yahweh Shem Shai, what are we gonna reap? We're gonna reap the benefits of having faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. If they sowing in wickedness, what are they gonna reap? Double the wickedness that they done sold into the earth, man. That's their destiny, man. Thus saith the Lord. It has nothing to do with us as individuals. It's all through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Keep going.
It shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger.
Oh, thy children shall die, but our children shall not see hell. Our children shall not. The Lord wants us to have kids in these times. So he can deliver them, man. The more people that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, the better. All right, he wants children to be raised up in the midst of this danger to be, man, come on, man. The Lord's gonna protect who's his, man. Go ahead.
And thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
All your people gonna perish, man. The Lord gonna make sure he make an example out of y'all. Bringing that out real quick, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
All right, so they try to manipulate your mind, threaten you about taking your kids away if you discipline them right. Like you know what I'm saying? Now they're saying they have the HIPAA law now to where if a child is 12 and older, that they could get medical attention without even telling the parents. With the new HIPAA law they have now. Like the kids don't have to consent to the parents anymore, man. That's crazy. Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible, man. Father's name is Yahweh, son's name Yahweh. We have a duty, a calling, man. All right. Christ is not our savior, man. Go ahead.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
All right, and that stone is gonna be Yahweh. Yeah. Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do when Big Bro show up? So you got a judgment for you, huh? I got another. All right, bring it out real quick.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That word take, that's aggression. Like, give me that. That's mine. That's me. All right, so because the Lord's gonna put it in our minds, like, hey, this is yours. Take it. I gave you the power to take over the world. You see what happened when I gave it to them? You want this to go on forever? All right, now put righteousness on the earth in the name of my dear son. Go ahead.
This is Galatians.
Oh, no. That was something.
Psalm chapter 10, verse 15. Break thy arms of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou findest none.
Hey. So he's gonna enter in the house of the thief. I know y'all seen that Facebook video where the dude sticking his arm through the mail, the dude come out the room with the bat and bam it on his arm and break the dude's arm. That's what the Lord is doing to these people. Breaking their arm, man. All right, with the arm, with his right hand is Yahweh Shai.
Let him stick his arm all the way in there. All the way to the elbow.
All the way to the elbow. No, all the way to the arm. Yeah. That's what the Lord let him do. So the Lord going bum. So keep going. That was it. Go ahead, bro.
This is James 5 and 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were as if with fire ye have happy treasure together the last days.
All right, so now so check this out. That's really catching them with the cookie in their hand. As they didn't dug their hand in the cookie jar. So their gold and silver is cankered. And the rest of it shall be a witness to them, because it's gonna still be caught in their hands when the Lord shows up, man. The Lord's gonna catch them red-handed, man. They ain't gonna be able to say nothing. They ain't gonna be able to say nothing. Who else? Go ahead, Zariel.
Galatians
up down here. All right, go ahead.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So you think this man gonna be able to do that much wickedness on the earth and nothing happen to him? If you really believe that, you're a moron, man. You really deserve whatever's coming to you. Whatever judgment Yahweh has to you, really deserve it.
And but them freeing the slaves and making the Emancipation Proclamation and letting what's going on in earth right now, he's not reaping what he hasn't sown what he reaped. He just made it look like he did good.
And all he did, it was a disguised form of slavery. It's kind of put the slaves on house arrest, put an ankle monitor on them, let them off the porch a little bit, let them roam around, but made America the plantation. All right, so now what do? They used to ride on horseback. Now they ride in police cars with red and blue lights. It's the same thing. We still running from the slave master. All right. All right, go ahead.
Officer is overseer. Right, yeah, you know, right?
Obadiah 1:9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mountain of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And that's not a shame. He's not a shameful man, so he's a shameless man. So the Lord's gonna make him shame. Right. For the violence against his people, the violence against our brother Jacob, man. Because there's no other nation on the earth that these devils persecute more than the children of Israel, man.
Right. That's what they've sown into the earth, wickedness.
And they gonna get it 100,000 fold. All right, you have some more? Oh yeah, I was talking about
all kind. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
So you're gonna put all this wickedness on the earth, and you're gonna be the humble, persecuting the children of Israel, and you think you're gonna go unpunished? Man, hell no, man. The Lord got something for you. Yeah.
Not bad.
Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Oh, so now, okay, surely drink of it. Let's look at this. The white man's handiwork. Esau. Guilty as charged. Judgment. Flip it over to the other side. Okay, there's some more. There's some more on here. Look at Emmett Till. All right. His mother wanted him to have an open casket because she wanted the world to remember what they did to her son.
Also, there's a show coming out about Emmett Till.
Yeah, I think it's up the other day. I'm watching tonight, matter of fact.
Oh, my bad. I'm walking all on people's shoes and stuff. So now that's the devil's handiwork right here, man. So you think that he'll all go all together unpunished? All right, go ahead. So now let's talk about the Ahmaud Arbery case with the verdict dealing with that. They tried to say a life sentence is inhumane and unconstitutional. Wow. How constitutional is you so-called be making a citizen's arrest, and in the midst of that, you kill an innocent man that was out jogging when you thought he was stealing. So what if he was stealing? It's not your jurisdiction. You didn't have jurisdiction over that individual to hold him against his will. So therefore, even if he wasn't shot and killed, you still should have went to jail. So it doesn't matter. All right, let's get back to the root of the problem. In your mind, because the way the system is built up, in their mind, they thought they had the right to do that. And that's what's wrong with the system today. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
And the Lord said, I said it. I said it myself. That's why you're gonna be laid to death. The Lord said, I sworn by myself. There's no other that he can swear by. He's sworn by himself, man. The Lord said he's gonna do this, man. Nakar, you got a precept?
This is Job chapter 36, verse 12. This is, but if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge.
And that's 2/3 of our people, man, that's gonna die without knowledge because they're trying to follow behind their oppressor in some way, shape, or form. Go ahead.
Verse 14. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean. So our people die in their youth because their life is among the unclean. Esau is also going to die in his power, his youth, because his life is among the unclean, because he is an unclean individual. You couldn't wash Esau with bleach water to get the wickedness that he has done in this earth off of him. He has to be washed with destruction and fire by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua.
Hey, you can wash him with all kind of dials, that's fully clean and all that. He's just gonna be clean and wicked. Exactly. Smell good and be wicked. They probably don't even know. They don't even smell good after they get out of the shower. They smell like wet dog.
They take a shower once a week.
God damn, is that?
It's funny what the brothers say because you know, Esau is still making movie and stuff like that. Now they make a movie called Don't Look Up, and the end of that movie is a freaking Edomite. You know, I'm alive. I'm the only one alive in the world, and they don't know the destruction is when the destruction comes, nothing is going to be left. You know, and they continue. You know,
just like what the original Planet of the Apes, when he thought he had escaped from the colony of the apes, and he was walking down, riding down the beach with a little Edomite ship, and he see the Statue of Liberty. Part of the Statue of Liberty came out the ground like down, looking like Florida Evans on the Good Times.
Damn them all to hell.
Damn them all to hell. No, hell is waiting to meet you at that coming. All right. Any more precepts?
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 8. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
So that's why the first death had to come. First death had to come by the flood because of the wickedness that reaped upon the earth. The second death is going to come by fire because of the wickedness that's reaped upon the earth. So it's going to be a cleansing agent. So that's why we have the rainbow to let the earth know that was a covenant that the Most High made with humanity, saying, hey, I'm not going to destroy the earth with water no more, but the next time it's going to come with fire.
That's a beautiful balance.
That's a beautiful balance, man. Fire and water, you know, two elements that are good cleaning agents. All right, but fire is the best cleaning agent. All right, Persians, go ahead.
It says, verse 11 says, all things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doeth return to the sea. That's it.
Oh, that's it. So all things that are of the spirit are going to return unto the Father. So as we walk here on this flesh, we repent and turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and walk according to the spirit. We no longer be of the world, just like they are not of the world. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Precept, go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 1 and verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
All right, so those are the individuals that are going to be given spiritual powers, man. The ones that walk not in the way of the ungodly. Go ahead, Slaki.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But the delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
That's the most strongest, nutritious trees that are planted by the rivers of water, man. And their roots stretch all the way out. The roots stretch all the way out to the river, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, make sure I read loud.
His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
And whatsoever he doeth shall prosper, and your work shall follow you. So that's the destiny of a true man of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, which will be given spiritual power, thus saith the Lord. All right, go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 1. And David spake unto the Lord.
Whoa. Somebody get Amos 9 and 8, real quick. So the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. All right. Amos 9 and 8, real quick before we bring this out.
So, Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
All right, so the Lord's going to preserve a remnant of the house of Jacob, and he's going to do something magical with them. Keep going.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as a corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
All right, so now when he gathers up his corn, all right, now the least grain shall fall upon the earth when he rises them up. Go ahead.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
All right, 2/3 of our people got to be destroyed, man, because they caught up in the minds by the devil, the god of this world, man. Go ahead.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake us nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
All right, so in that day, he's going to rise up the tabernacle of David and close up the breaches thereof, meaning seal the way of truth, man. All right, now go into that real quick.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 1. And David spake unto the Lord the words of this song. In the day that the Lord had delivered him out of the hand of all his enemies and out of the hand of Saul.
All right, so remember, when the enemies are rushing as the flood, the Spirit of the Lord says rise up a standard against them. Keep going all the way to 5.
Verse 2, and he said, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. The God of my rock, in him, Slakia, the power of my rock, in him will I trust.
So we trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We don't trust in man. Go ahead.
He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower and my refuge, my savior. Thou savest me from violence.
All right, so the Lord's going to save us from violence. So we don't have to begot violence with violence. We want the Lord to be violent against these devils. All right, go ahead.
I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised.
So we know the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who is worthy to be praised. That's what we call upon. That's what we praise. All right, do we want him to take all these other nations and subject them and put them under our feet? All right, go ahead.
So shall I be saved from mine enemies.
So we're going to be saved from our enemies, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid.
The floods of ungodly men made us afraid, but what did the Lord do with them? Somebody get that Isaiah 59 and 19 again. All right.
This is Psalm 18 and 48. He delivereth me from my enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man.
From the violent man. So that the Lord's going to lift up a standard against them devils, man. When they try to compass us about, he's going to deliver us out of the hands of our enemies, man. All we have to do is trust and praise his name. All right, bring it up.
Isaiah 59 and 19. So should they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy should come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, should lift up a standard against him.
All right, so lift up the standard. So when King David said he was compassed about by his enemies, the flood of his enemies, he said he was afraid, but the Spirit of the Lord had lifted him up. Go ahead back to 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 5. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me.
In my sorrows of hell, meaning death, man. They threatened King David's life. All of his enemies had him compassed about. Keep going.
Verse 7. Verse 7. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh and cried to my power.
And that's what we're doing right now, man, coming out here on these highways and byways, man, calling upon Yahweh to destroy this place, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Israelites of the Holy Bible, the ones that truly believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They want to see this place destroyed. Keep going.
And he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter unto his ears.
The cry did enter into his ears of the Lord of armies, man. So you don't think these cries right now that we're crying out, you don't think he hear them? What did he tell Moses? I have heard the cries of my people Israel because of their taskmaster. Who is our taskmaster today? Who is Pharaoh today? Esau. Keep going.
Verse 8. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth.
And the Lord's pissed off, man. So he's going to be wroth on this place. Hold that right there. Somebody get James chapter 5, verse 1.
All right,
go ahead.
This is Psalms 140 and 11. Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him.
And the Lord's going to overthrow him. So let not, because we don't want the evil man, the speech of the evil man, to prosper in this earth, man. So we condemn the speech of the evil man through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, through truth. All right, condemning all the lies and hypocrisies. You got some more? Good point.
No, you good.
All right. All right, somebody got that,
James, I got it.
All right.
This is James 5 and 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
For all the wickedness that you don't put on this earth, man, your misery shall come upon you.
Right, he said the evil's going to hunt him down.
Come on.
All right, real quick.
Come on.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh the power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Don't they love blood? They love to shed blood, don't they? Yeah. Go ahead.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
So that sword that you've been trying to shed blood with, what the scripture say, he that killed with a sword must be killed with a sword, man. So that blood is going to pursue you. Lord's going to be on your ass, boy. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, yeah.
Hey, it's rumors that they love blood so much that they drink something called adrenochrome, man.
That's not blood. That's not a rumor.
All right. Hey, just to survive and prolong their life, man. You know, trying to outdo the Lord, man. You know, and push forth a form of immortality when the Lord didn't give that to them, man. He gave it to Israel and Israel only.
God.
Yeah, they eat that damn raw steak.
Yeah. Hamburger too. Yeah, man. They like raw hamburger.
Yeah.
Like,
they like
not
raw
even cooked a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's in Milwaukee.
It's so funny, man, because we had a cookout at the job, and all the Jakes at the job were like, hey, man, we want our hamburgers well done. It's so fucked up. They don't know how to cook them well done.
They don't.
They burnt them. They don't even know how to cook them well done, man.
Burn it. Just burn mine.
They burnt it. Just burn it. What the fuck? And they over there eating like pink meat. And I was like, damn, bro. And they talking about some licking their finger like, boy, you gonna die. You gonna die. Go ahead, bro. Keep going on all the way to 4.
This is James 5 and 2. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten.
God.
This is verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be witness against you.
So this funny money, this dollar system that they got created, right, it's cankered, man. This ain't real currency. Go ahead.
It shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have weak treasures together for the last days.
They have weak treasures together for the last days. It's like they have heat treasures together for the last days. That was it? That was 4?
No. This verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is you kept back by pride.
So we've never been compensated for all the work we've done in this place, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4, behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, crieth in the cries of them which have reaped or entered in the ears of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai of Sabaoth.
And the Lord of armies is hearing these cries of the children of Israel. Just like how King David just said, I was compassed about by the floods of my enemies, and I cried out unto the Lord, and he heard me, and the heavens shook, man. So we're gonna witness the shaking of the heavens, man. When Yahweh Shai didn't sit back and he parts them skies, and you hear that sonic boom of all the chariots showing up. All right. 2 Samuel 22 and 7.
It's a 2 Samuel.
1 Kings 19 and 18.
Chapter 22, verse 7. In my distress I called upon Yahweh and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple.
And he hears our voice, man. The brother just read, the cries have reached into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, man. So he's putting a battle plan together, which he put together from the beginning. Interjection, go ahead.
This is Sirach 35 and 16. It says, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor.
And
his prayer shall reach into the clouds.
His prayer shall reach into the clouds, man, because at one point in time, our prayers wasn't reaching the ceiling, man, reaching the heavens, man. He had put an iron ceiling over our heads to where our prayers wasn't reached. But now the heavens are open and receiving our prayers. Go ahead. You have something you want to say?
No, you talking about a movie where Edomite police officer was talking to a Jake.
Oh, that wasn't a movie. Oh. That was real life. When they when they had to escort that little girl in the Alabama public schools, when they had the protest out there, Jake little boy was trying to talk to a police officer, and he was like, "Well, can I speak to you, Lord?" He's like, "I don't want to talk to you." He said, "Well, can we pray together in the name of the Lord?" He said, "I don't think your prayers reach past your head." Yeah, he said, "Boy, I don't think your prayers reach past your head, boy." Said it just like that, man. So they feel like they feel like that we just nothing, man. They treat the animals better than they treat us, man. That's why we say F this devil. All right. Read that 2 Samuel 22 and 7. Somebody got 1 Kings 19 and 18.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 7. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears.
So the Lord is listening to the cries of the children of Israel. Go ahead and bring that 1 Kings out.
This 1 Kings chapter 19 and verse 18. There have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which have not kissed him.
All right, so what's happening? What does it say? Kiss the son unless he be angry. So we're not honoring Baal, man. We're crying out to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua in sincerity and truth to come to deliver us and destroy this place. Somebody get a Romans 11 and 4.
By calling on the name of Jesus, you're calling on Baal, the devil.
God.
The Lord's name is Yahushua.
Romans 11 and 4. And after that, go back to 2 Samuel.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua unto him?
The prophet that was afraid. He's like, they killed all the prophets, Lord, and I am left alone. Go up a little higher.
Verse 3. Lord, they have killed.
Yeah.
This is Romans 11 and 3. Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
All right, they seek our life today, man. If they could put their hands on us right now, they would.
Yep.
But the Lord has set it up the way they won't be able to touch the apple of his eye. All right, he said, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. You shall not see us being pushed in the corners anymore. Go ahead.
Verse 4, Romans 11. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him?
So when the prophet was crying out, Lord, they killing us, they done killed us all, and I left alone, man. What am I to do? And what was the Lord's reply unto him? Go ahead.
I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed down the knee to the image of Baal.
So that 7,000 means completion. So a complete number of men that have not bowed down their knees to the devil and worship the devil, man. All right, go ahead to him to the court. Get on out of here.
2 Samuel.
Yeah, 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 7. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears.
All right, we're talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahushua. All right, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible, the true Jews. You had something to point?
No, I would say that was Elijah, that prophet.
Oh, come on. No, that was Elijah.
I can tell you later.
Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 8. Then the earth shook and trembled.
All the way to 17.
The foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth.
Boy, I can't wait till the day of that earthquake. And I pray the Lord prepare my mind for that. But a lot of people say, well, I can't wait till the Lord destroy this place. As soon as sin start moving, they're going to get the... You know what I'm saying? You better know what you answer and say, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord, man. Because there's gonna be chaos going on out here. We ain't never seen what's about to happen before yet. We've never seen that. So I pray that the Lord stabilize my mind, that I could be an example, that I could be an example of his greatness and walk with boldness in the midst of destruction. I want to be tap dancing around on this shit, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9 of chapter 22 of 2 Samuel. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down. And darkness was under his feet. And he rode a cherub and did fly. And
that's how the Lord's going to show up. That's how the Lord is going to show up, to shake terrible the earth. All right? Go ahead.
And he was seen upon the wings of the wind. And he made darkness, pavilions round about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. Yahweh.
King David talking right here, man. Go ahead.
Yahweh thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice. And he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning and discomforted them.
So he discomforted the realm of Edom right now, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 16, and the channels of the sea appeared. The foundations of the world were discovered at the rebuking of the Lord Yahweh Shai, at the blast of the breath of his nostrils.
All right, so now guess what? Before that happens, the men of the Lord are going to receive spiritual power. So imagine the rejoicing that we're going to see when we round here with spiritual power and we see our King part in the skies coming through saying, come up hither. He said, come up hither, and they ascended. So meaning we're going to have power to take flight and take off and be on the chariot to get our salvation, man. Go ahead. Revelation 17 and 15.
Revelation 17, verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou drink.
Wait, hold on. That wasn't it. Keep going on that. My bad. Slack.
So where thou.
No. Let him keep going.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 17. He sent from above, and he took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them that hated me.
All right, so now somebody get that. I heard a voice from heaven saying, come up hither. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for, because he drew me out of many waters. All right, and read that part again when they bring that out. The water, though. I told you wrong.
I had the blue letter for that. Took right there.
I
got it. Going into Lakah. It's in Hebrew H3947, meaning to take, get, fetch. You know, seize. So he seized David out of his trouble.
Oh yeah, I did want that. I did bring that. Yeah, I did want that, because he said he brought me out of the waters. Bring that out in Revelation 17 and 15 again. I know I had it there for some reason. So why did Yahweh Shimei Shai? 17 and 15. Revelation, because what he say? He drew me out of many waters, right? All right, go ahead.
Revelation 17, verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou saw where thou hold sitting are people and multitudes, nations and tongues.
With a horse sitter. With a horse sitter.
It's in the horse. It's a multitude.
It says 17 and 15.
All right, read it again. What about this out?
Okay, Revelation 17, verse 15. And he said unto me, the water which thou sawest where thou hold sitting
the whore.
Sitting are people and multitudes, nations and tongues.
All right, so now go back to that Samuel 22 and 17 again.
Come on.
All right, so the water without seeing that the whore sitteth are people, nations, kindreds, and tongues. All right, so the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Father's name is Yahweh, son's name is Yahweh Shai. So now, what did King David just say? Go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 17. He sent from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters.
All right, boom. Somebody give it that scripture. Come up hither. He said he sent from above, right, and drew me out of many waters. All right.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
And our enemies beheld us, man. So now read that again, man.
Verse 17.
To get clarity, this is King David talking about this, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17, 2 Samuel chapter 22. He sent from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me.
Because we have no power, no might without Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Keep going.
They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought.
Man, listen, they prevented us in the day of our calamity, but the Lord was our stay. This is the day of our calamity, man. We weren't able to do anything, but the Lord was our stay. Somebody get is it Isaiah 26:10? Yeah. I think it is. They shall no longer stay upon horses. No, they should no longer stay upon them that smote them. Yeah. Is it 26 and no? If anybody can find it, they shall no longer stay upon them that smote them, but they shall stay upon the Lord. If you can't find it, go ahead.
This book of Isaiah 8 and 7. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord Yahweh bringeth up upon them the water of the river, strong and many, even the king of Assyria and all his glory, and he shall come up over all his channel and go over all his bank.
And that's what the Lord did to the king of Assyria back then, man. And that's what the Lord's gonna do to Esau today. All right, somebody want to bring that Isaiah? All right,
this is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
So that's what we're going to stay upon. We're not longer going to stay upon our enemies. Now read that again.
Verse 17.
18.
Stay.
Yeah.
Verse 19. Verse 19.
Got one. All right, real quick. Hold on.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2. Just get to the point. And 6. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
So we're revealing who that is, the mystery of iniquity, Esau, Edom, the devil.
For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, and only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
And so the Lord is taking them out of the way, so we have no longer stay upon them that smote us. Now we stay upon Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, keep going, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Father's name is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahushua. You need to know this place is going to be destroyed, man. Lord's done with this place. Go ahead. Real soon. Like yesterday. Go ahead.
Verse 19, 2 Samuel chapter 22. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord.
Psalms 91 and 14.
The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands, hath he recompensed me.
All right, so now, what was he washed with? He was washed with the word, man. His heart was circumcised. It was King David, a man after the Lord's own heart, man. King David was after righteousness, and he'll forever be our king because of that, under Yahweh Shai. All right, man.
This is Psalms 91, verse 14. Because he had set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
And then didn't he say the Lord rose him up and pulled him out of the waters? And we're looking for that same fashion to happen unto us. This is King David that was talking about it. All right, keep going.
Go on. Verse 20. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands hath he recompensed me. Verse 22, for I have kept the ways of the Lord Yahweh, and have not wickedly departed from my power.
So that's how we get power instilled upon us, man. Don't depart from the ways of the Lord. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. We need to understand the Father's true name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahushua. He's coming to bring judgment on this place, man, to destroy this place, man. All right? People walk by and act as if this place is going to continue and go on forever. That's the mindset that Esau wants everybody to be in. The devil, Caucasian race. Devil means deceiver. Deceiving the minds of the people to try to chase after what they call the American dream or way of life. Prosperity doctrine. No, there's no prosperity in the land of the wicked. Yeah, precept? All right, go ahead.
Psalm chapter 11, verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone.
And that's what's going to happen to this place. This place is done, man. This place is done. It's hanging on by a thread. All right.
And horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup.
This is going to be the portion of America, and everybody that's tired, they got their mind wrapped around this place.
And this is Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So now it's time for when the curses that we went through and we've been suffering is coming upon this damn devil and his kingdom and his whole society, man. You know, so you want to be in a good standing of your power, man. You know, your God.
You want to stand in the way of truth, not in the way of deception. And that's what this devil is doing, deceiving the minds of the people. That's why they're still stuck in the ways of America and still stuck in this system, because they believe they found pleasure in unrighteousness that they should believe a lie.
This is John chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
So you unfriend the world and become a friend to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
So the world's gonna hate you, man. But be glad that the world hates you, because the world hated Yahushua, man. So you're walking in that same image. What was that, John? What, 15? 15, 18, 19. All right. What? All right, keep going on that. Okay, go ahead.
This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple passeth on and are punished.
All right, and hideth himself. All right, so what are they hiding themselves from? They're hiding themselves from the destruction that's about to come. And how do they hide themselves? Psalms 91 and 1. If somebody want to get it, that's how they hide themselves from being a prudent man. It's falling after the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's how you hide yourself. That's how you become a prudent man and hide yourself from the destruction that's to come. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2.
Oh. Yeah, that was it.
Psalms 18:10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe.
That's how you hide yourself, man. And guess what? Within that hiding yourself, you get spiritual powers. All right, and the Lord's going to give it to ones that truly believe in His name. Go ahead.
This is Nahum 1:6. It says, "Who can stand before His indignation? Who can abide in the fierceness of His anger?"
Who can abide in that? So you want to be on His side when His fierceness of His anger shows up. Go ahead.
It says His spirit is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by Him.
Boom! The rocks are thrown down by Him. This whole mountain, the system of government is going to be torn down by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So what manner of conversation should you be in with all this stuff going on? Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. You want to be out here all hunky-dory and laughing? Of course, people are going to sit around and do things like, you know what I'm saying, go to parks and walk around. But what mindset should you be in knowing that this place is going to be destroyed? You can act like it ain't going to happen, but it's still going to happen. Like, I mean, come on. That was it?
One more. It says the Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him.
And he knoweth them that trust in him. Those are the ones he's going to say, come up hither. Go ahead, Zaquan.
Well, let's even read the other one.
Sorry.
Proverbs. This Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding.
And that's what you got to trust in, because your mind will deceive you and cause you to do dumbass shit. That's just bottom line. You'll be caused to do dumb stuff, and you don't have any unction of what the Lord's will is. So that's why you got to deliver yourself from your own thoughts and get the pure thoughts of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
He shall direct thy feet, keep thy feet straight, man. All right, go ahead.
Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear Yahweh, and depart from evil, and it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones.
So that should be your nutrition for you to survive in these times, man. All right.
This is Psalm 17 and 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about.
And what did King David was saying when he was compassed about by the floods of his deadly enemy? The Lord called him and pulled him out of the waters, man. And he ascended on high with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on that salvation. All right. All right. Don't stop.
Proverbs 16, verse 18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
All right, so now who's the prideful nation on this earth? The Caucasian race, Edom, Esau. They're the ones that's prideful. They're the one that had their head on high. They're going to bust this concrete wide open when they fall, like lightning to the earth. That was it? All right, go ahead, Kabosh.
This is John chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish.
They shall never perish, man. Those are the ones that truly believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and follow the land whithersoever he goes. Talking about the chemtrails.
Wow, see that cherry? That cherry going into the cloud. It's gonna go.
Well, I see it.
It went past. It went into the clouds.
It went to the cloud.
I see it. Y'all lying like Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
I never saw one the other day. That's
Hey.
He say he make the clouds his covering. He hide behind the clouds, man.
Right. God lie him like Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So what are Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? All right, go ahead, bring it out.
Keep that fire.
Verse 28. And I shall give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish. Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
Any ways that are against the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are not for the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are the ways of death, man. But he's trying to give unto us eternal life. But it's like the majority of our people, they love death, man. They love darkness and wickedness. All right?
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I fear, lest by any means, as a serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
So that's how our power got taken away the first time. All right? By becoming subjected under sin. Somebody want to get on Romans 8 and 19 real quick? All right. So but now, ever since that time, through the fall of the giants, all right, the fallen ones, the Nephilim, all right, everybody's been wondering who the sons of God are. All right. But because we fell from our state through transgression of the law, being beguiled, being beguiled by the say, Romans 8 and 19.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
So who are the sons of God now that fell away now in these times? That's what we're waiting for, the manifestation of that. All right, go ahead. But that's why Paul would say, like the serpent beguiled Eve, that you should be robbed of the simplicity that's within Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So we're being brought back to that powerful godly state through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But he said, be not deceived again like the serpent beguiled Eve, because the serpent is still out there. He done got 2/3 of our people. Go ahead.
Verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willing.
But they don't know. But the serpent, what the serpent don't understand is the Lord put him up to doing that for us to be revealed in these present times who the sons of God are. So we had to go through these different time periods. He said the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly. So understanding the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we had to go through this to understand what righteousness and wickedness is, what light and darkness is. So given that true understanding, we know that our path is being made straight through the light of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Go ahead.
But by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
And subjected the same in hope. What is hope? Hope is faith. So he has put us in a situation where we have to rely on hope and faith for us to get our power back. All right, and if we have hope and faith, he said we shall receive our power back, man. So that's what we're waiting. Earnest expectation is waiting on the manifestation of the sons of God. And that's what we wait on in this present time. Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 19. For the law made nothing perfect, but the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we draw nigh unto Yahweh.
You can speak on it.
So the law made nothing perfect, man. Just going back into what the Nephilim, all right, and us being giants and tyrants, having that power, all right, and falling away from that grace, man, falling away from that glorious estate because we didn't know righteousness, man. We had to be put in this situation, this captivity, all right, captivity upon captivity, all right, and our people still loathe the law to this day, all right, well, the Lord got to show up for us to know wickedness, man, for we to know righteousness when we are fully restored with our power back, man.
And he put it all in the balance, man.
So that's where that great hope come in, man. So like,
no, you good.
You know, the crying of the hope of Abba Father, man, which we believe and we hasten in the day that the Lord cleanse and make things perfect, man.
Go ahead, the water, brother.
Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope.
It's not hope, man. If you can see it, but that's what 2/3 of our people, they want to visually see it. They say you Jews require a sign, man. They want to see something that makes them believe. But that's not faith, man. What you hope for if you see it right there in front of your face?
Because you had the dude, the leader IUIC, all right, Bishop Nathaniel, when he mocked the stuff and said, "Oh, they faith-based Israelites," when that's what you're supposed to be.
Like that.
All right. There you go. One more real quick. This is Luke 17:20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Yahweh should come, he answered then and said, the kingdom of Yahweh cometh not with observation.
So the kingdom of like they want, is it over there? Is it over here? And he was telling them the kingdom does not come with observation, right? That's not how you're gonna get. That's not how you're gonna retain the kingdom of heaven. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not gonna see. We're not gonna see them building a building for us over there. You know?
Good.
All right, and we ain't gonna see a building coming out of the sky. Good. Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. But what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for?
And going back to the scripture that the Quran brought out before that, it said the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Then you a couple verses down, yeah.
It's within you. So now we have this is the evidence of things not seen. All right, the evidence of the existence of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is the hope seen in brothers out here preaching the truth on the highways and byways. That's hope of salvation, seeing these things come to pass, seeing the prophecies. All right, so that's what builds up faith. That's what you see the spiritual temple, the third temple being built, New Jerusalem.
Yep, real quick. But if we hope for that we see not, then we with patience wait for it.
We with patience wait for New Jerusalem to be coming down out of the sky, man.
Yeah, we're really waiting for Yahushua. You know what I mean? We're waiting for Yahushua. Because Yahushua said he is our hope. And without Yahushua, he said we are like Gentiles in the world. Without Yahushua having no hope. So we don't have to see him to believe in him. All right? Hope that is seen is what? It's basically vanity, man. All right, so yeah, we're patiently waiting on Yahushua. The scriptures say, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be in tired wanting nothing.
Good.
All right, and that's why the Lord said He's going to harden our spirits to this place. So where all you're going to want is life.
Good.
All you're going to want is Yahweh Shai. That's life. All right, go ahead. Or the breath to breathe.
Good.
You're running down. Y'all good?
You got an interjection?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Romans 12:12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continue instant prayer. Instant in prayer.
And that's what increases our faith. That increases the hope factor, man. Hebrews chapter 11 runs down the definition of faith and the patriarchs in the beginning that were examples of what faith. Abraham, Noah, Isaac, Moses, all these got their rapport through faith and hope. All right, Abraham going to a land, accepting a land that was promised to him that he didn't even see. All right, leaving his family, going to an uncharted land that he knew nothing about, and receiving the promise and the covenant from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Right, because you got faith, then you got belief, and then you got hope. You got faith. Faith is what? The substance of things hoped for. So it's two different terminologies. We have faith that the Lord exists. We have faith in His name. But then you have to have belief. You know, you have to believe that He exists.
Right.
All right, you got to believe the words He's saying. Right. But then you have to hope that you're the elect. You got to hope that He's going to deliver you. Right. And that's what we have hope in. All right. We have hope that Yahweh Shai is out there.
Right. Right. All right.
So first you have faith. You have faith in God, and then you have hope that He'll deliver you.
Right.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him.
Well, there you go.
For he that cometh to Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
God, and He is a rewarder to them that diligently seek Him. All right, so now we diligently seek the Lord. What do we about and hope and believing and having faith, right? What is our reward? Our reward is salvation. Our reward is everlasting life. Our reward is spiritual powers, man. Those are the rewards that come and having hope, faith, hope and faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead. You got precept?
Yeah, take Esau into slavery.
Yes, definitely that. Go ahead.
Ruling over our oppressors and righteousness, man. Desiring a new heaven and a new earth.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Like we see, like because we talk about people playing around in the field, we don't want to see that right now because it's wicked. Everybody's wicked in a wicked state of mind. But imagine this in a righteous setting, man. We want to see our children playing. We can turn our backs and not worry about somebody snatching them up, or somebody trying to in their mind got perverse thoughts in their mind, looking at our children playing around.
Yeah, the scriptures say a baby gonna play on the hole of a cockatrice.
So
it's gonna be a snake hole out there, and you're gonna be able to let your baby go and just play and be safe. You know, it's gonna be a playtime in the kingdom. The Lord said He's gonna allow rest. He said rest shall be allowed.
That's why He doesn't want us resting in this place, because this is not our rest. He's gonna give us rest, man. We rest in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yep, it's gonna be like a vacation.
Habakkuk 2.
Come on, bring that power, y'all. Y'all see them like fighting against us.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
All right, so the soul which is lifted up in Esau is not upright in him. The just are going to live by faith. So we're not having faith in the system, because the individual that put the system together, his spirit is not upright, even though he walks upright as a man, but the spirit that's within him is like a brute beast. It's not upright in him.
And even then, in the history of that, all right, they didn't walk upright, man. Our people showed them how to walk and be humane, man. Like the brother stated earlier, man, how to take baths and things like that, man. You know, they were inhumane. They were the beast, the basis of all men, according to Job 30:8.
And so why do you think that every time they do something like dumb and like crazy and nasty, it's like, oh, that's that white people stuff? Because they still got that cave-like mentality within them, man. They do dumb shit like let their dog lick food out their mouth and crazy dumb stuff like that. Because they still are brute beasts. They still have that mind. And these are the individuals that rule the world.
They're comfortable walking around barefooted, man, with all this concrete on the
earth. Now I'll walk around barefoot in the grass, but on it, man, you get blisters and stuff walking around on this stuff. It's bad for your joints. right? We like soft stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't like all this. They want concrete everywhere because they wanted that cave, like that druid, dark, wet, misty, mildewy type setting and shit. That's what they like, man. You know? All right. It's another precept. Or you go back in the 2 Samuel, man.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 23.
All right, so he's a rewarder to them that have faith and hope in him, and that reward is being risen up, getting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, salvation, eternal life, and spiritual power, man, and them new bodies. Go ahead.
For all his judgments were before me, and as for his statutes, I did not depart from them.
All right, so and that's another reward, getting those new bodies, so we'll never depart from his statutes ever again, and we'll never be in that situation again. All right, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Go ahead.
I was also upright before him, and I have kept myself from mine iniquity.
Ooh, so being upright, being a man of integrity. Esau's not a man of integrity, so his spirit is not upright in him. Go ahead.
Therefore, the Lord hath recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanliness in his eyesight.
All right, so he's recompensing him that he's going to do the same to the elect, according to our righteousness, because our sins are blotted out. It said charity wipes away a multitude of sins. But he's going to recompense Esau according to his evil and wicked deeds. Go ahead.
With the merciful, thou wilt show thyself merciful.
All right, with the merciful, Esau ain't merciful at all, man. Esau won it all, from the rooter to the tutor. Go ahead.
And with the upright man, thou wilt show thyself aright. With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure. And with the froward, thou wilt show thyself unsavory.
All right, so you want to see austere or wrath or unmerciful deeds, you're going to see it with Yahweh. All right, we pray to see Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai showing up in the name of Yahweh. But the rest of the world that are not on his good side are going to see Allah Shah just show up. I mean, the almighty demon-like destroying power. That's what they're going to see. They're not going to see the mercy of the Lord because he's not going to be merciful unto them. He's only going to be merciful unto his elect. Go ahead.
And the afflicted people wilt thou save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down.
So his eyes are upon the haughty, and he said, with thee I will make you a new sharp thrusting instrument having teeth, right? Bringing these other nations down. So as we build in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, what does that do? That condemns the wicked, man. And it gives us more power to condemn the wicked in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Verse 29. For thou art my lamp, O Yahweh.
Boom. And somebody get John 1 and 4. John 1 and 4. Thou art my lamp, O Yahweh. All right, that lamp. Who was that lamp that was sent to the world?
In him was life, and his life was. This is the book of John 1 and 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
So that's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. All things were made by him, and without him were none of the things made. But the power was given unto him by Yahweh. But Yahweh Shai was the creator of all things. Go ahead.
And him was life, and the life was the light of man.
All right, then the life was the light of man. Now read that again.
And him was life.
Go ahead. Read it one more time. That was the spirit.
And him was life, and the life was the light of man.
And the life was the light of man. All right, go ahead.
For thou art my lamp, O Yahweh, and the Lord will lighten my darkness.
Ooh, thou art my lamp, O Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai will lighten my darkness, man. Keep going.
Verse 30. For be thee, I have run through a troop, but my power have I leaped over a wall. But by my power, Slakia.
Read that. By I have run through a troop. How? Read that again.
Gone. For by thee I have run through a troop, by my power have I leapt over a wall.
All right, so now what were they screaming and yelling out when King David came back from war? Oh, hey, King David, he killed his 10,000s by himself, man. There's notes that he ran through a troop of men by himself. King David was faint over by a well, and he said if I could drink drink some of the water from a certain well that was in Jerusalem, he wanted a drink of water in the midst of the battle. So what happened was 3 men ran through a whole army of men to bring him back a drink of water. And he said, you have sacrificed your life and your blood to bring me this water. So he prayed on the water and poured it out and gave it unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And this got strength from the faith that his men was willing to do that in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem to bring him drink of water. And they went and that what gave them strength and faith to go out to battle, man. So that's the power that's going to be given unto us, man. Go ahead. You have something you want to say?
All
right, go ahead.
Verse 31. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. His way is perfect. The word of Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him.
So understanding and knowing the way of the word of the Lord is perfect. Why not abide and follow behind that? Let that be the light of your path. Let Yahushua be the light of your path. He's saying Yahushua is perfect. The word is perfect. Or he made Yahushua perfect. As an example, what perfection is, and we follow after that manner. Go ahead.
For who is Yahweh, Slakia? For who is God, save the Lord, and who is a rock, save our God.
All right, who is our rock? Yahushua is our rock, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 33. Yahweh is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect.
All right, so now with the understanding Yahweh is our strength and our power, that's when we became powerless when he turned his face from us and exiled us out of our land. So now, guess what? We're brought back to Jerusalem spiritually. So now we got our power back. All right, go ahead.
He maketh my feet like hides feet, and setteth me up upon high places.
He put strength in his feet so he can stand upon high places, man. Go ahead.
He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms.
So you understand, by understanding Amos 9 and 10, that he's raising up the tabernacle of David. That's the governing body under Yahushua. And what was the tabernacle of David with mighty men, man. So these are the things he say he teaches my hands to war. Right now we're warring spiritually, right? But he said he's gonna send for fishers. After they fish, he's gonna send for many hunters. All right, and we're gonna, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. The elect are gonna be those hunters hunting these nations, man, because he said the nation of Israel is his battle axe and weapon of war. Keep going.
Verse 36. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation.
Boom, the shield of thy salvation. So we got to put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Was that Ephesians 6? All right, go ahead, bring that out real quick. All right, go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, will close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it up as in the days of old.
All right, so this is the prayer of David, and this is talking about the tabernacle of David, his mighty men that governing body. All right, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. The Most High Yahweh's chosen people. The Father's name is Yahweh, His Son's name is Yahushua. We need to know this. All right, this place is going to be destroyed, man. The Lord is taking all the mirth out of the land. All right, you got that Ephesians? All right, bring it out.
It's Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua.
So to understand that we are given spiritual power through the Spirit first, all right? And from then, the Holy Ghost will come upon us and we'll receive physical spiritual powers, man. All right, the Lord is building our minds up, our spirits up first, man. So we're fighting this battle spiritually, and then we're going to be able to have the physical fight when the Lord shows up. And we receive spiritual powers. Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
So we have to understand that what this devil did, the physical chains of what he did really didn't matter. All right, but it's just a spiritual yoke that he still has upon our people that we're fighting right now. So even though this devil, he was given carnality and the sword as a weapon, he's still manipulating the minds of our people with deception. So it's a spiritual warfare that we're fighting right now. So we have no room to be carnal, man, because he's being carnal, but he's being spiritual too on the left-hand side. Right.
He wiser than Daniel.
He wiser than Daniel, man. All right, go ahead. Back to that.
Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 26. With the mercy. 26.
You sure you right there?
Come right there.
Okay, I thought you. Because we was leaving over here because we already left over the wall.
Oh, clock.
Yeah,
Slack it. 36?
Yeah, you over here somewhere.
36. Slack it. Verse 36. Slack it. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great.
God. So he's showing us mercy, man, being gentle on us because what? We put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So we can be able to withstand the wiles of the devil, meaning the trickery, man. He's not going to be able to manipulate the minds of the elect. Go ahead.
Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and destroyed them.
Boom, and that's the power that he's going to give unto his elect, meaning he have, man, pursued our enemies and destroyed them. Like, we in hot pursuit of Esau right now, man. With this word, man. This word is, man, he's trying to run from it.
In the scriptures, every time the Israelites overthrew their enemies, when their enemies flee, they killed even more. Every time they ran away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They would flee after them till they consume them. So there was no running away, man. All right, go ahead.
And turn not again until I had consumed them. Verse 39.
So ain't nothing. Hey, they say Esau gonna be at the chase road, so ain't nothing gonna distract us from us getting on his ass, man. We gonna be in hot pursuit of Esau, man. All the way to the Lord say stop, and he ain't gonna say stop. Until after 1,000 years, we're gonna have to eradicate him off the earth. But for those 1,000 years during slavery, it's gonna be hardcore bondage, foot in the ass the whole time. All right, go ahead.
Verse 39. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet, for thou hast girded me with strength to battle. Them that rose up against me, thou hast subdued under me. Thou hast given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
Hey, didn't he say because that violence and that violence against our brother Jacob, saints have covered him? He said because of that perpetual hatred against the children of Israel, blood shall pursue thee. All right, they hate us, man. No matter how much they try to smile in our face, they can't stand us. That's
all the while,
nothing but a gang sign, man. They set tripping.
They smile in your face all the while that y'all take your place, the backstab.
Yeah, and but he more than the backstabber. He'll stab you in the front. Esau don't care. Esau, he's just gonna stab you. But what? What?
That's why Esau moving in the spirit of Cain. He the backstabber.
Verse 42. They looked, but there was none to save unto the Lord Yahweh, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them.
Hey, he say they looked. You got an injection? No. Oh no, I thought you said you had an injection. He said they looked, but there was none to save. Man, what was? And somebody gonna help me roughly paraphrase, but it was a time when King David was about to slew one of his enemies, and he stepped back. Yeah, go ahead and call upon your God real quick. Go ahead, I'll give you a second. Go ahead and call upon him. Oh, ain't nothing happened. Ow, oh, yo, what?
Damn.
Well, hey, bring it out.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
All right, so ain't nobody gonna be able to escape this judgment, man. Because you got individuals that in these churches, they kumbaya and praying for the Lord to return. But when he returns, that's the end of the system. That's the end of their way of life. That's the end of their money. That's the end of their Ponzi scheme, man.
501c3 terminated.
That's the end of that. The 501c3 terminated. Go ahead.
It says, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So just like the brother saying, ain't no running from the Lord, man. You know, if you run from that judgment, you're gonna be met with another judgment. And that's gonna be far worse, like the brother has stated. Man, when you run, Israel kill more people, man. So what you think the Lord gonna do? You know?
Hey man, listen. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not a violent person, but if we say we're gonna do it according to the Lord anger, And the more we read these scriptures, we understand the more pissed off that the Lord is, man. The Lord pissed off. Go ahead.
Psalm 83, verse 17 and 18. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yet let them be put to shame and perish.
And that's what's going to happen to Esau, man. He's going to be put to shame and perish, washing away like his own dung being flushed down the toilet. Boom, boom. That's it. Game over. Go ahead.
Verse 18. That man may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, the Most High, over all the earth.
Over all the earth. And that's the only reason why we out here. All right, to glorify the Father's name and glorify the Son's name and bring destruction on this earth, man. And that's why we out here. All right, keep going on that all the way to 47.
On verse 43 of 2 Samuel chapter 22. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mirror of the street and did spread them abroad.
And hey, you talking me stamped them as the mirror of the sea and spread them abroad. Get out of here. And that's the power that the Lord is going to give his elect, man. This is King David talking. Once again, go ahead.
Verse 44. Thou also hast delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be head of the heathen, a people which I knew not shall serve me. Salakia.
Hey, what did he tell you? How he said, my Lord said unto my Lord, sit down here on my right hand side while I make thy enemies thy footstool, man. And we're witnessing that happen, man. All right, so now, if he's the footstool of our king, Yahweh Shai, he's going to be a footstool to the children of Israel, man. Because we're going to be up under Yahweh Shai, putting hell on these devils, worse than the hell that they put on us. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
Go on.
You got a precept? All right, go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger.
Ooh, so that's what we're going to do to Edom according to the Lord's anger. The Lord is pissed off. He's pissed off with the heathen daily, man. You know? Keep going.
And according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
All right, they're gonna know the vengeance, because we're gonna do it according to his anger. So when they see us running up on them with foots being ready to be put in their ass, they're gonna see the fierce anger of the Lord in our eyes, man. That's what they're gonna see, man. That's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing. Because guess what? Like, you can't see the raging spirit that's within inside us now, but when we get in those new bodies, man, oh, you're gonna see it. We're gonna see that glow upon us, man. It's gonna be like how Bruce Leroy was. But what it showed us, say, who's the master? Leroy came up out of that water, he said, I am. Come on, go ahead.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth.
Come on.
Therefore, despise not the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up.
God.
He woundeth and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
So that's the elect being pulled through the fire, man.
And 6 troubles is talking about spiritual power.
God.
And then in 7 is the missiles.
God. God.
And it said, yeah, and that's 7 completion. We be complete. The prophecies will be complete.
God.
This is the point. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
So we're going to see, man, there ain't nothing they're going to be able to say against us. And when all the destruction is coming forth, we're not going to be afraid. We're going to be rejoicing in that, man. All right? In the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You got to please up? Go ahead.
It's Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
All right, so the Lord's gonna give us power to beat these devils in the chaff, man. Ain't gonna be none but them funny looking mustaches.
Zephaniah 3:8.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shah, until the day I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to power upon them indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all shall be devoured with fire from my jealousy.
So that's why we wait on Yahweh Shah to give us those spiritual powers, man.
Yeah, you gonna give them upset with that same song ass whooping? Not sound like somebody's buddy.
Dr. Strange.
Hey, slap the soul out of his body, boy. Hey, some more precepts over there?
Go on.
Oh, you got one? Go ahead.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. It says, and for the service whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number.
That's beautiful. So, you want to speak on it?
Come on. Yeah, so with that being said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, as for the service which is clearly stated, man, it's self-explanatory. Why? Because he's going to pull his men from out of that chaos, that destruction when it comes, man. You know, hey, he's going to get that grape for the cluster that he got for himself, man. For himself, so like it. All right, so with that being said, hey, my other clusters, hey, Esau can have better, man.
Hey, man, listen.
Come on. Verse 27, the 2nd Ezra chapter 2. It says, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So come on, man. Hey, when the day of trouble come, hey, we're going to be merry and have abundance. All right, come on. We're going to be merry and have abundance. Why? Because scripture say in Isaiah 65, it say, therefore when I called, ye have not answered. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did choose therein where I delighted not, man, roughly paraphrasing. So with that being said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to make sure his servant eat. He's going to make sure we're going to drink. All right. You know, so with that being said, hey, we have nothing to worry about. Like the elder brought out earlier, man. And famine and destruction, thou shalt laugh, you know. So with that being said, when it's presented in front of us, hey, we have nothing to worry about, man. Because on top of that, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua didn't give us the spirit of fear.
Keep going.
One more verse. Done. Verse 28 of 2nd Ezra chapter 2. It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. So come on, man. Hey, you know, hey, going back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, man. Hey, hey, once they see our salvation, once they see us being delivered, once they see the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have our backs, it's nothing that they can do, man. They can talk all the shit they don't want, but it's not going to be anything against us, man. Whatever they have to say is not going to be anything brought up. Whatever they have to say is not going to come to pass. Why? Because there's no weight behind their words, man. You know?
Their words mount to nothing, man. All right. Some more precepts? All right.
Dude, wait, no, go ahead.
This quick interjection. This Luke 16 and 23. And in hell, he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
All right, so this is a story about the rich man, the parable about the rich man and Lazarus. All right, the rich man being Esau, Lazarus being Jacob. Okay, so now, all right, in the beginning part of it, set the tone. In the beginning part of it, Lazarus was in hell, all right, and the rich man was in heaven. So now you're seeing the transition where the rich man is going to be in hell, and Lazarus is going to be in this heavenly state. All right.
Go 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them, that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna read it again. For many great miseries shall be done to them, that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
Go ahead.
Because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
Good.
For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed.
And that's a beautiful precept for the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. All right, because they're going to be in great misery, but we're going to enter into paradise, man. And they're going to wish, and they're going to see, like, this is their heaven, this is their paradise right now, right? But when they see our paradise, they're gonna be like, damn, man, let me get a little drop of water, let me get a little something. They won't be able to get nothing.
Right. One more verse.
Go ahead.
And therefore ask thou no more questions, concerning the multitude that perish.
All right, so he's like, don't worry about them. Worry about seeking your salvation, man. Seeking the Spirit of the Lord. And ask no more about what's going to happen to the wicked. Because they're going to get their judgment, but just work to get your reward, man. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The precepts, when we go back to this. All right, go ahead.
2 Samuel, verse 22. Salakia, chapter 22, verse 46. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid of their close places. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the power of the rock of my salvation.
God, that's rock of that some power of that salvation. Talking about Yahushua, man. Blessed be Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
It is Yahweh that avengeth me, that bringeth down the people under me, and that bringeth me forth from mine enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them that rose up against me.
That's another transition of the rich man and Lazarus. All right, so now Lazarus, Jacob was in a low state. When the rich man, Esau, Caucasian race are in their heavenly state now. Now we're being risen up and they're being brought low. You see that? Go ahead.
Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them, I have beheld. No, you're going to let me get this part out. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Done. And so that's the transition of them falling from that high state. Because the Lord is the one that lifted them up to be able to inflict punishment upon us.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions. Now, serpents being these heathens, and scorpions being 2/3 of our people. And over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
And so don't dwell upon spiritual powers, but dwell upon you being able to reap salvation in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, be thankful that we're forgiven.
You know, man.
Focus on that, man.
Yeah, definitely focus on that. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 75:7. It says, but Yahweh is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. So the Most High is the judge. The Most High calls the shots. So he set it down one and he put it up another one. And it's time for Esau to be set down and for Jake to be put up. So that's what's going to happen.
Lord gonna sit his ass down real good. Put him in timeout. Is that what they like to do? Definitely timeout.
Timeout, Jimmy.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace.
All right, the Lord's gonna fight for us, man. So that and we shall hold our peace, man. I'll hold our peace with the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because that's what we really want to hold on to.
This second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So when you see our people trying to be the token and blend in with these devils, all right, understand he gonna blend in right to destruction. He gonna blend in with a missile, man. All right. So we separate ourselves from these individuals, man, because they wicked, and we cleave unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and that's it. Any more, please? Up. All right, bring it up.
2 Samuel chapter 22, the last bar of the last line of verse 49. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Verse 50. Therefore, I will give thanks unto thee, O Yahweh.
And who is that violent man? Talking about the rich man and Lazarus, man. The rich man is that violent man. Esau is that violent man. Look at his handiwork right there. He's a violent man. And he said he's had lift up against those that don't even afflict thee. We don't even say nothing. We don't even try to fight back against the devil for real.
Because that's how they got rich.
God. That's exactly how they got rich, man. Through the prosperity of us being enslaved here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and the horsemen because they are very strong,
but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
All right, so that's 2/3 of our people that are going to go back to Egypt for help. All right, they're not going to seek Yahweh by Shema Shada to their refuge. Go ahead.
Gone. Verse 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 50. Therefore, I will give thanks unto thee, O Yahweh, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name. He is the tower of salvation for his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seeds forevermore.
All right, so she's gonna show. I'll read that last part again, verse 51.
Verse 51. He is the tower of salvation for
his name of the Lord is a strong tower, and that's what we run into for our safety and our refuge. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that we're the children of Israel, man, and salvation is unto us. All right, and the Father's name is Yahweh, His Son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right,
he is the tower of salvation for his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seeds forevermore.
All right, so and we're waiting for that anointing and waiting for that revelation and that salvation, man, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
I got one. This is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 5. Therefore I have showed them by the prophet. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forward.
All right, I'll read it again with a little bit more power.
Therefore I have showed them by the prophet. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forward.
That's why we read strong, because we're slaying them by the words of our mouth. And the words that are of our mouth, that are put in our mouth, are the words of Yahweh Shai. Destroying these devils, man. Some more precepts? All right, go ahead.
So Isaiah 26 and 2. It says, open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. It says, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. It says, trust in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahweh Shai is everlasting strength.
All right, it's everlasting strength and salvation, man. So that's what we trust in. We don't trust in Esau and his devices.
Or in guns.
In guns, no.
Right.
We don't trust in all that, man.
Or in this crooked system.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 44. I'm gonna start at verse 5. Through thee will we push down our enemies, through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
Let's speak on it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hey, that's pretty self-explanatory. There ain't even no need to go into it, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
We're not gonna put we're not gonna trust in these bows. We're not gonna trust in these guns. All right, because at most we're gonna put our trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know.
Growing up, man, most of the people I saw get killed or shot, they had guns on them.
There was a rapper.
The gun didn't save him.
Shit, FBG Duck.
Yeah, he won. Yeah,
he's gonna jam.
There's a rapper here in Jacksonville. He made a love song about his gun. That's
retarded.
Yeah.
Go ahead, real quick.
About you talking about brothers. This is Luke 11 and 34. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thy eye is single, thy whole body also is full of light.
All right, so if your eye is toward Yahweh Shai, your whole eye, your body is full of light, and that's not the light that we follow behind, because we read earlier, he is the light of man. All right, he's the light that entered into the world, but the darkness can't comprehend that light, man. All right,
but then when thine eye is thine eye is evil, the body also is full of darkness.
All right, so the darkness can't comprehend the light, so the darkness flees from the light, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 105 and verse 3. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai.
God, man.
Seek the Lord in his strength. Seek his face forevermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his children. He is the Lord, our power, his judgments are in all the earth.
And you're going to see his judgment being reaped in all the earth, man. Because we come out here on the highways and byways in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to bring forth his judgments, man, in sincerity and truth. Some more precepts.
And the way you seek his face is by seeking Yahushua.
Come.
Right? Yahushua is the doorway to Yahweh.
Come.
So that's how you seek the Father's face, by seeking his son, Yahushua. There's no other way to get to Yahweh. All right, and the Lord is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Interesting? Go ahead.
It's Romans chapter 8, verse 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers.
Start at 30. Wait, hold on. 35.
All right, it's Romans chapter 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of the Mashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril?
So why would you let anybody take you? Who can separate you from the love from Yahweh Shem Yahushua? All right, can anything separate you from that? No, because once that spirit is placed upon you, said not the least grain fall to the earth. So there's no separation from that point. So all we have to do is keep our mind focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Right, we had a falling away, and the Lord still brought us back to him. That's right, man.
Swiftly too.
Verse 36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day. Yeah, right. I'll just skip down. All right, verse 38.
No, I'll talk to the brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you good.
Verse 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in the Mashiach, Yahushua, our Lord.
All right, so nothing on this earth will be able to separate the true men of the Lord from the Lord from the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Nothing in heaven or on earth.
Nothing in heaven or on earth.
Because you got the spiritual demon Satan on the left-hand side that tried Job, and even that he said that neither angels either. Because even the spiritual demon Satan couldn't separate Job from the Most High. It's been proven 7 times over, man.
7 times over. Purified, sanctified, separated, holy. All right, the true elect of the children of Israel. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and it served its purpose. Right now? All right. Anybody got any precepts?
Psalm 54, verse 5. He shall reward evil unto my enemies, cut them off in thy throat.
All right, boom. That's it. That's straight to the point. He shall reward evil to my enemies, cut them off with thy truth. And you're witnessing happening today. All right. So Lord, willing, this lesson was edifying, and we're gonna close out giving all praise and glory and honor to the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit of truth in their true Hebrew names. We're gonna say, Kal, Aliyah, La, Yahweh, Mahashem, Yahweh Shai, Mahashem, Rakam, Wadash, Ma'amad. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and double honor to my elder Harold One as well. Salutations to the archkim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And DTA, Death to America, man. We almost out of here. Shalom.
I have about 3 more precepts.